Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we had the fellas on. We had Big Al, Kyle, and Randy to recap Squabble Up. We did a draft. It was best TV shows as a kid. I think that's how I worded it. Then we did a recap of every single semi-pro team. They recapped their own team, and then we moved on to questions from the people. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we got the fellas on, Big Al, Kyle, and my twin Randy. Fellas, how we doing?
I'm good.
Good.
We here.
We here? How was our day? How was football and basketball today?
Basketball was great. Big Knicks win. We're both repping.
Football,
Let's go, baby. Next tape.
football is all right. I was watching a couple games. I thought the Giants were gonna pull off a win because I've just been trying to keep track of at least some sort of New York. They're not my team, but bro, how'd they give up that lead? That shit was ridiculous.
I have no clue. I went on the plane. 4 hours later, I'm in Connecticut, and then I'm looking at the scores. I'm like, the Giants are winning? The Jaguars are winning? What? And then they came back and won.
Yeah.
Well, classic Jet stuff. And they won another game when they probably shouldn't be.
Mhm.
Yeah, true. Jets won again. 2 wins.
Fields started, right? He started this game.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure he started because I know Tyrod. They benched him for Tyrod for at least a game or two. But
He was supposed to, and then Tyra got hurt, so then Justin Fields ended up starting still, even though Woody Johnson kind of threw him under the bus in that interview.
That was rough. Feel bad for him.
Yeah. How about you, Allison? Did you watch any sports today? No.
I don't really watch. I follow running even though like no one really else does, so I never really talk about it with anybody, but I only I'll watch the Knicks games with Kyle, like if I'm there. Today I was not, but I do generally keep an eye on the score of a Knicks game, and that way I know if it's safe to text Kyle what kind of mood he's gonna be in. Honestly, but that's my extent of following sports.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What did you do today?
I cleaned a lot. Today was actually one of the most productive days I had in a while. I really needed that. Yeah, I cleaned a bunch. I went food shopping. I did have to go to work for an hour, which really just kind of interrupted my flow of cleaning. But yeah, just finished dinner. Now just hanging out.
Nice.
All
Twin,
right.
your Saints won today?
Yo, Tyler's show. We're seeing some results. We're seeing some results. I had that in the back of my head. The Saints are playing. I'm just like, do I ever want to watch? Do I want to check the score because they've been disappointing me every fucking game? But I just kept along on ESPN because I was like, nah, I'm not even watching it, bro. I can't. And I keep seeing okay, they're winning. Chris Olave with a 62-yard touchdown. I was like, okay, we doing something. And they pulled off the dub. I was like, all right. We're gonna see what happens next, but they got some.
That division is always so weird, when those teams play each other.
The NFC South is just it's just honestly the past couple of years, I would have said it was a toss-up other than the Bucks, but the Bucks have just been consistent. Baker's just carrying them through.
Baker.
Bro, Baker's a dog. Baker is a dog for sure. But bro, the Saints shambles the last couple of years. Panthers shambles, but Bryce Young's kind of playing a little bit better this season. And then you got the Falcons. Falcons they're also a toss-up. They should be better than how they play because of the skill players they have, but they don't pull it together. So
The Falcons at home are nice. They're like the Eagles or the Chiefs. So you're like, oh shit, this is a legit team. But when they're on the road, they look like, I don't know, the Meriden Raiders, Pee Wee football.
Yeah, no, the Falcons definitely it's hard to play. I don't even know if it's the Superdome. Not the Superdome. What is their
Oh, it's the Mercedes Benz or something like
Mercedes?
that. Mercedes Dome.
Yeah, Mercedes Dome. It's very hard to play there. I will say that. The Saints always have trouble, and it's just like even when they're a bad team, they always have trouble there, and it's just like, dog, what the fuck is going on?
Hmm. Yeah. All right. Before we get into the draft, I have a story for you guys, and I wanted to save it for the pod.
Okay.
Okay. So I took off from Dallas this morning, and there was like a bunch of issues with flights and the government like shutting shit down, and people's flights getting delayed, people's flights getting canceled. And I'm like, fuck, I hope my flight doesn't get delayed or canceled. We're good. Flight's not canceled or delayed. Get on the plane, no issues. We're getting ready to touch down in New Haven, Connecticut, and it's downpouring. And like we're coming down, we're coming down, we're coming down. Bro, the plane is going fucking sick. And I'm looking out the window because I have a window seat, and we're like 100 feet from touching the ground. And all of a sudden, the plane just goes whoop straight back in the air. And I'm like, no, bro.
Bro.
15 minutes later, we had to turn around. And then the second time we're coming down, same thing, bro. We're coming in hot. I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to go. Like, he's gonna pull the same maneuver again. But we were good.
That's scary a little bit.
Why did he have to do that? Is that a dumb question? Like, was it just like unsafe to land because the ground was wet?
Yeah.
Oh,
So New Haven, there's only 3 gates at this airport. It's a very small airport. So like the runway's very small. Yeah, it's very small. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not a pilot, but I felt like bro was coming in a little too hot. And he was, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not a pilot, but I was like, yeah, I'm not like totally surprised. But he didn't say anything. So we pull up
yeah.
in the air and then we like start to veer off and like nothing. And everyone's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, bro, we just passed the airport.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought your story was gonna be that you were like about 100 feet up and then you just dropped.
No, that would have been scary.
Like, I fully thought you were gonna be like, yeah, we just fell.
Wheels didn't come out.
This
Crazy.
is good.
No, lawsuit time though.
Glad you- That's
Bro, yeah. Glad you made it safe, twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's good. So glad to be back. All right, let's get into the draft. Are we ready?
Yes, we are.
All right, draft topic today: best TV shows as a kid. You guys are my guests. I will go last. Allison, do you want to go first?
Um, I could if anyone else like really wants to. Like, that's cool too.
nah.
Mhm.
The cast told me ladies first.
Yeah, facts,
Ladies
facts.
first.
Okay. Um, I'm a little indecisive, but I think my first pick is gonna be the Amanda Show.
Ooh.
Thank you. I know. That was one of my favorites. I tried to keep it like something that I like actually watched as a kid, not just like what was popular. So the Amanda Show is a favorite in our household.
It's a good pick.
Thank you.
All right, who wants to go second?
You got it, Kyle, or you want me to go?
I could go. I could go. Not everyone's heard of this show, but I swear it was popular. I love this show. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Was that your pick, Randy?
It was one of them. That's crazy.
Fantastic show. I wanted to be on that as a kid.
Oh, so
I feel like I remember that one.
that show is so fire.
That's a show with all the little kids running around with like yellow helmets on.
Yeah, well, one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it
And they
like a
had to
game
get through
show
like an
kind of?
obstacle course without like the
Yeah.
temple guards getting them. Yo, bruh. Damn.
That's a
Fuck.
throwback.
That is a throwback and one of my picks. That's crazy. Okay. All right. Well, I had another one loaded up, but I didn't think anybody would take that. That's crazy. Um, so this is another throwback. I feel like it's well known, but people might not know it. But Chalk Zone. Y'all remember Chalk Zone?
That was one of mine.
I don't know that.
Oh, let's go.
Chalk Zone was good. Chalk Zone
Chalk
was
Zone
really
is
good.
so fucking good, man. My boy Rudy.
I don't know this.
What?
Kyle, do you know this?
I've never heard of that before.
All right,
Chalks.
we know game. We know
No, Chalk
game.
Zone was so good. It was like this kid who, like, I guess just had like magic chalk, and he would like draw a circle, like
Yeah.
jump through it, and he was in his
Yeah.
like his design, like
Dimension.
drawn world,
Yeah.
and then he
Show.
would just like show back up in class, like it was like
Bro, that
normal.
shit was goated.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
remember this blue dude
okay.
now.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
That's
Missing
crazy,
out.
Kyle. You need to get on that.
Forgot about that one.
And next time we don't know what show to watch, throw out the Chalk Zone.
I'm not watching Chalk Zone.
Man, you're sleeping.
All right, my turn. It will be, I should have said this in the beginning. It'll be 3-round snake draft. Okay, I will go with my first pick. One of my favorite shows growing up, Ned's Declassified.
Ooh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
also
sounds like
on
that
my
was
list.
on mine too.
For the record, I have 12 shows listed down, so you guys could take like everything on my list, and I will still have three. But that was a little bit up there on my list. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, one
See,
of my favorite shows.
I have like 5 or 6 like pre-stored up here. And if
Mhm.
y'all have like take them like Kyle did with one of them, then I just gotta like maneuver a little bit.
Mhm.
All
All right.
right, and my next one, I don't know if I want to go like same genre or maybe like a little animated.
Mhm.
All
Let's see
right.
what your animated's like.
All right. Since I already said Ned's Declassified, I'll go a little different. I'll go Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh, did that's a good show.
Oh, another one off the list. That's crazy. That one's a good one. Right here. Always in the heart. I love that show. But Nigel.
That show made me want a treehouse.
Right?
Facts. Yes. All right, Randy.
It's me. All right. Ooh, I went animated. I'll go a live show. It's actually pretty like funny because it's related to Al's a little bit, but all that. Y'all remember all that?
That was a good one. That was on my list, but I wasn't gonna do both.
All that.
That was
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah, that's where like Amanda Bynes like got recognized, like I feel like publicly, and then they gave her the Amanda Show.
Same with like Keenan and Kel. They were on that.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Also missing out, but yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
You should. It came out like 5 years before the Amanda Show.
Damn.
The late '90s show.
It's crazy.
Yeah. 94? No way. To 2020? No way.
Really? I thought it ended in 2005. That's what I
They
saw
might have-
on the
They
internet.
Yeah, it
might
looks
have
pretty
done like
old.
a fucking like comeback type shit in like 2020 because I don't remember it ever going that late.
I think so. Probably.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. You're up next.
Those that know me know I love Pokemon. We're going with Pokemon, the original anime.
Okay. Fire.
Kyle, do you still play Pokemon Go?
I don't play Pokemon Go. I played it for a while, but it got stale. So
Bunch of nerds were playing it this weekend in Dallas.
it's fun, but I don't know. It just the shiny rate's too low. It's like every other mon you get's a shiny. It's not fun.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
Every other Pokemon, you get a shiny Pokemon.
What?
I was explaining it to him.
Oh, yeah, it's like a different color. So all the Pokemon have like one color, and then there's like a rare chance of them being a different color.
Oh, okay. Pikachu skins.
Pretty much. But Pikachu does have skids, and those are separate, just for the record.
All right, Big Al, last two.
Okay. I'm gonna go That's So Raven.
Ooh,
Nice.
Great choice.
fire.
And I feel like it has to be on the list, so I'm gonna say SpongeBob is third.
Mm.
You didn't even think about SpongeBob.
I like also didn't come to mind, but like almost like my dad especially, but we were a big SpongeBob household, so I feel like it had to be on the list.
SpongeBob, great value in the third round.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank
Oh,
you.
That's
Thank you. Yeah.
amazing.
Great value.
Yeah.
All right, back to Kyle.
I'm between two. I'm gonna go with the French Prince.
We got some throwbacks today.
Wasn't that like
Oh,
the
For
whole
kids.
point?
Yeah. I was thinking in my head because like I know I'm a few years older than you guys. I'm like, all right, what will they pick?
I also had that thought that I was like something I watched as like a teenager was still like younger for them. But
relax. Y'all act like we're like 5, man. Kyle, you hear them talking about us like this? This is
no, I
crazy.
just like I feel like when you're like a kid, like a few years makes like a big difference in what you watched.
No, it does. It does.
Yeah.
I'm just joshing. Nobody said Drake and Josh. Because
It's your turn.
Before the
it's Kyle's turn. It's Kyle's turn.
No, I picked already. I
Didn't
did.
he just go?
Prince, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like he had to go twice, like you and Ryan. No, okay. Fuck.
Last pick, twin.
I know I'm locking in. I'm locking in.
Lock in, lock in.
Honestly, I gotta go, and it's either one of these two, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. Um, it's anime, but like everybody watched it in English. Dragon Ball Z.
That's a classic.
It's a good one.
Dragon Ball Z. Got to, bro. Like, who as a kid didn't want to go Super Saiyan? I don't know.
Probably Al. There's no
I
way.
was gonna say I've never seen it. But yeah.
That's funny.
I thought you were gonna go with Avatar.
That's what
Avatar,
I thought. Yeah,
fire.
that's where I thought you were going to.
Wow, that's a good one.
All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows that I have on my list, and I've picked 2 of them, and the other ones have not been picked. So board is open for me right now.
Mm.
We said Drake and Josh. Not gonna go with that one because I already picked Ned's Classified. Already said Cody and Kim Next Door. All right. Fairly Odd Parents.
Ooh,
Good one.
It's a solid pick.
another fire one.
Mhm.
Another great value.
And my other
Yeah.
one was going to be Danny Phantom. It's between those two.
That's a good one too.
No.
I didn't like that show, I'm not gonna lie. But that is like a solid pick.
A weird choice. I feel like a fan, but like I feel like we watched that at like the tail end of our youth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was more like not young show, young kids.
I had Dragon Tales on my list, but I almost feel like that was like I know that I watched it, but I almost feel like it was like too old that I like didn't remember it as much as I would have liked to, but
I am currently watching Dragon Tales along with Sesame Street and Clifford the Big Red Dog. So that's what Caden's into.
Clifford goes hard.
honestly, like good for him.
And Curious George.
I used to have a Clifford bookshelf when I was younger.
Yeah.
It had like him in the front with his doghouse, and you'd put the books in between, and then him in the back with his tail coming out of the doghouse. It's really fire.
That's pretty far.
Dragon Tales intro goes fucking hard.
Yes.
The big red dog.
All right, that is the draft. I will make a graphic and post it on Instagram. Feel free to vote or comment down below. There's actually been like 50 to 60 people voting on Instagram. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, so go check out the results sometime tomorrow.
Nice.
That is it for the draft. Let's start the recap of semi-pro. So we will go from the least amount of points to the most amount of points, and we will skip your team. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yep,
All right. First team, Phoenix. Let's start with Big Al.
Um, I have I feel like I know everyone who's like on the teams, but I do have like the LA Kick website like holds up next to me so I don't forget anybody. Um, hmm. I want to try to like not say the same things that a lot of other people have been saying. So I feel like just as a general statement, like I think the rankings could be like also attributed to attendance and like staying injury free. So like Phoenix is like also one of those teams that was like affected by that, but I do feel like Brenda like drafted really well. I feel like they are like all things considered like really well rounded and like in my opinion, I feel like a lot of semi-pro, like the point of semi-pro is to like get new people playing together, and I think Phoenix is like a good blend of like Long Island and not, even if most of them like are New York. Um, but yeah, I definitely think they're all really solid. Um, yeah, sorry, I don't have much to say. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you're good. All right,
Um,
Kyle.
A couple people I want to shout out. I think Kevin is someone that has improved so much since he first started. Kevin's my guy. I love playing with Kevin. He's someone that can do it all. You tell him to play corner for a game, he can lock it down. He's getting better at catching. His throw is spot on lately. He's so accurate and such a quick release. He's really someone I respect a lot and have a lot of fun playing with. Pajama Mike is one of my favorite people. Period. I think really quantify on a team is energy that's brought. That boy brings fantastic energy. He's always upbeat, even if you're getting shit kicked in. He's the first one to be like, "It's all right." He's call me Cap, so he's like, "It's all right, Cap," because I got to coach
I think he still does. I think he still does call you that.
Cap. So shout out PJ Mike. I love your energy.
Yeah.
Love your vibe. And then Ben Stolfi, I think, is another guy that you can just slot anywhere. He can play corner. He can play off ball with a ball. A lot of versatility with Ben. And then lastly, I just want to shout out Brenda. I think captaining is way harder than people expect. I captained last year for semi-pro, and it was a lot of work and very fulfilling, but a big headache at times. And I think she took it on with stride and took a group of people that hadn't really played well together. And you saw by the last tournament, they were really blending well and getting results. So shout out her.
I feel like a lot of people on that team like also fit that description of like you can put them anywhere, but and they're like all good. So I feel like that I would imagine has helped through the absences as well. That you don't have like one person who can play corner or two people who can play corner. But
Yeah, I agree. They're very versatile. Shout out PJ and Mike too, because he had that mean lefty righty throw.
I love when he does that.
And when he catches a
It's
ball
so
too, like
good.
he's got strong ass hands. He'll catch a ball like this far away, and you're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
dude! Like I
He
don't know,
stopped the momentum with those big ass biceps. You see him. He'd be like, "Ugh."
bro. His biceps are like 6 times the size of mine, easily.
I also feel like Pajama Mike is like one of like the most composed people on the court,
Yeah,
like ever.
I like that.
Yeah. So I feel like that helps as like a teammate too, like having played with him before. But because I feel like it's easy for like someone to get like riled up or overexcited in like whichever direction and it kind of like pulls the team. But I feel like it's good to have someone who's like always grounded.
I always have a saying: your highs shouldn't be too high, and your lows shouldn't be too lows. So like, if you ever hear me like yelling or screaming, it's like, hey, we probably just won the tournament, or it was like a really big series, and it was the end of the series. Not like,
Yeah.
cool, I just made a catch to end the first game or something like that, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, you still have to like lock in after that.
lock in, lock in.
Facts.
All right, twin.
Okay. You guys covered a bunch of different people that I was going to talk about, but I'll still talk about them. One, Brenda. I think she did a great job captaining, and I definitely understand this being my first season captaining, how hard it is to run a team and like just do it well. I think she did a great job drafting that team. They have a lot of solid pieces, like, and I'm just getting back into like traveling and playing competitively this year and last year, so it's a lot of new faces. So seeing Tenny is a great player, and he throughout the semi-pro season, I saw improvement. Whether it was just him stepping up when they didn't have their full team and just like being able to lead them, um, being there. He has a very, very good arm. He could play out of the middle, playing corner, and his catching's great. Um, Kevin was another solid pick. Kevin, like Kyle said, his throw is very accurate and it's also very fast. And the way he whips it, it's like hard to like get a clue on how or where he's gonna throw it because of his arm angle and the way he throws it. So like Kevin just like he snipes people and his catching is there. He's also very mobile. He can jump, he can dodge left to right. Who else? Sarah Wood is also a great player. She plays in the city, right? She's NYC.
Yep.
Plays on Empire, and they're a good team too. Um, Very composed. She's very good out of the corner. Um, they're a very good team. I felt bad that they didn't have everybody to play all the time. Um, because like Kyle just said this last tournament, they really brought it together. And I feel like if they had everybody each tournament and they were able to just, okay, we did this tournament. Now what are we gonna do this tournament to adjust? If they had that every time, they'd be a really fucking hard team to beat every fucking time. Because all across the board they have great players. So Phoenix, I gotta give it to them, especially this last tournament. Very good team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the chance to play them, and I was kind of upset by it because
Yeah, I was because we played them like every tournament,
Yeah.
and then we don't play Sauce. But this last tournament, we don't play Phoenix, and then we play Sauce twice.
was seated differently. But I think it would have been so much fun to play them because I wanted to go up against that type, like when they're full strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like playing people at their best, and they really brought it. So shout out Phoenix.
They're also like such an easy team to root for. Like I really like
Yeah.
just personally like a lot of people on that team. So like I feel like and unfortunately like I feel like I've talked to like Brenda about this like a handful of times throughout the tournament, but like I feel like sometimes we were like on the cusp of like making playoffs or not, and like they usually were too. And like we'd both be like, oh, like I want you to make it, but also I want to make it. And there's like so like that's like a little tough, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
One
if it
other
couldn't be us, I'd want it to be them. So
nice. We're also in that little bubble sometimes too for tournaments.
yeah. Yeah.
One player though that I don't think anyone mentioned was Lewis. So he didn't make a bunch of tournaments. He went to Dallas this weekend. Lewis killed it. He played us twice. They knocked us out in the playoffs, and Lewis had a double catch.
Nice.
Great player.
So it was sick.
And Lewis.
It was sick.
Lewis also played well at the last semi-pro, didn't he?
Yeah, I feel like he plays well every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
unfortunately,
just,
but every time he showed up, he was playing really well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Yeah.
too much at the last tournament. That's what I was asking. But like, I know like he was there. So
Mhm. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I didn't watch a ton of their games, I think if any, but they always usually seem to be like cheering, like they just won something or like pulled off a big play. So
Mhm.
so good for them.
All right, you guys are the next team, but I will save you guys for last. We'll move on to the next one. Ace of Spades. Kyle, why don't you start with this one?
Sure. Couple people that I don't think have gotten a ton of recognition, at least on the pod, quite yet. That I think deserve some. Pat, Lefty Pat, my fellow lefty Pat, was put in a tough situation where people were unfortunately not able to come every tournament, and man did not falter. He stepped up. I think it was Rob's team, Invictus. He had one hell of a series, man, where he got like Rob, Ben, a couple other people out in one series. So I think he's someone that was asked to do a lot and delivered. So shout out Pat. Uh, I'm trying when we go through these teams, like everybody knows a lot of the big names they've been talked about. Like everybody knows Quan, everybody knows Bo, and what they've brought throughout the year. It's been touched on in a lot of episodes. Same with Abby for this team. But I think Megan's another girl I really want to highlight. I think she is super underrated. Very versatile, can throw hard. Like if you want women in dodgeball, look towards people like Meg. She throws hard. She plays well. Um, she catches my shit all the time. So shout out Meg.
Twin?
I'll piggyback off of that because I wanted to mention Pat too. Because Pat, a lot of different times, will end up being corner against me or throwing out of the middle against me and hitting me all the time. So shout out Pat. Pat is a dog. Like Kyle said, like they'd have people not show up for a couple different tournaments. Everybody has just life going on, but Pat being there really cemented them down, and like he would make plays where me being in corner and then I switched to middle too. I'm just like, all right, Pat's not gonna throw this. I'm gonna, pump fake him, and he just takes the shot, and I'm just like, fuck, why am I wasting my life? And Pat's just sitting there like grinning at me because he knows, like, all right, I see you at Mondays, I see you at Thursdays, I'm gonna see you Saturday too, and I'm gonna take all this knowledge and then let's go, Randy. Like he's not scared. He's not scared of the moment, and I'm gonna give Pat like big ups for that. Um, and also gonna mention Megan as well because Megan's catching ability is actually ridiculous because she'll sit here, have a ball in her hand, catch one, and then she'll catch another one. And it's like actually insane. Megan plays really well. She plays really hard. And even when she's the last one left, she doesn't let that, scare her because that's when she'll make most of her catches, which is actually insane. Let's see. They had obviously Bo, obviously Quan, obviously Abby. JT is another great player, and he loves to play out of the middle. And it's like not a lot of people like to just stay in the middle because that's usually the first target. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But he literally will stay in the middle. He'll be happy and content there, and he'll make catches there. He's also a great play caller. When they don't have everybody there, he'll step up to play call for them and corral them as a team. So JT is a great player to have on your team.
I think he's also like what semi-pro's about. Like when he first started on the scene, he didn't have any traveling experience, any competitive experience. Now, like a state shot.
Yeah.
I think semi-pro helped a lot with his growth. Now, like everybody knows JT. He goes to everything. He's always bringing good energy and vibes. So I think he's like the right type of person to get into semi-pro and join it.
They literally just went to New Zealand too, which is crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like going from like semi-pro last year and on Long Island to New Zealand. Yeah, just kind of like what Kyle said, it's what's all it's about.
And even piggybacking off of all of that stuff, shout out JT for just getting that jersey sponsorship. Like, did you guys see that?
Yeah, VC dodgeball.
Yeah, boy. Shout out JT.
And Tenny also got a sponsor.
Penny got that. JT. I think is there anybody else that I saw that got that?
I feel like there was one more that we all know, but I forget
Yeah,
now.
yeah. It'll come to us. It'll come to us.
Big Al, do you want to add anything?
I mean, I agree with what everyone said so far, and also Quinn, I don't think got mentioned. I think she's a really, really great catcher as well. And she's like also fine to be like wherever you need her. Um, but I think like Ace of Spades maybe struggles with like a lot of team changes, whether it's like absences or like cuts or like drafting new people later in the season. I think that maybe made it a little bit harder to sort of like be a cohesive unit all the time, especially as like other teams were only getting like more used to each other. Um, so I think that maybe took a toll, but I think they always felt like a real threat to go up against. So, but yeah, but shout out to everyone who comes as much as they can.
Yeah, I agree with that. All
Yeah.
right, so maybe we were thinking about Nick DeChenko.
Oh yeah, he did get sponsored too.
Yes. I don't
Yep.
know him personally, but I do know him, and I did see that.
Yep,
I've never met him, but he seems
nice guy. All right, next team, Impact.
Ooh, I guess I'll
All right.
start. It's Twins.
Yep.
Man, I don't know who this fucking 30-year-old dad is.
Odd is
But he
over.
keeps fucking shit up for me, and I don't like it. Nah. Impact. You guys are always fun to play. It does get heated, obviously, for certain reasons, but we try to keep it calm on the court. Um, Jeans, my boy Los, gotta shout him out. That's one of the players I would have drafted if he wasn't picked up. Um, Amazing playing out of the middle. loves to just sit there and snatch shit, and it's actually annoying how much he will catch. Um, and he also has a very good arm. I know he got injured, so he wasn't able to play at all of your semi-pros when he was nursing his ankle.
Yeah, he messed his ankle up, and then it kind of affected him for like probably 2 tournaments.
Yeah, but again, when he's healthy, he's an amazing player. And like I said, I want to watch more of him. I want to play with him in the future. I like seeing him on the court. Um, Tree, Tree is a great female to have. I know she's a big name, but she can stay composed. She can come up with a clutch catch. She also has a great arm. So it's like you can't just sit here and just stand too close or be in a daze when she's on the court, when Jeans is on the court, because they'll just snipe you. I'm trying to think. Who else is another name?
We
You
got
got,
Ashley, Sean, Derek, Nate,
I was about
Vicky.
to say Nate. Nate, I,
That curve.
yeah, bro, especially this last semi-pro, he was getting on my nerves. Nate's another great player. He has a very, very nice curveball. And it just like the way, at least for me, the way it breaks is I'm watching it, I'm watching it. Like, okay, I'm gonna move this way, and then it'll break with me as I move. It breaks like a little bit late, and I'm just like, fuck. It's a nice fucking throw. Nice fucking throw.
Miss me, and then it just comes in at the last second. It's latest break out of any curve that I know of. It breaks so late, and it's impossible to read.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to like stand at the back line when he's throwing. So you can watch the entirety of its curve.
Yep. And you got to dodge into it, not away from it. You got to cut that shit because it breaks so late.
Yeah. Yeah. I learned that the hard way.
You don't back when he's facing that white line. It's rough.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Um,
right. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to keep going?
no, I was gonna say I'm gonna leave up because I didn't want to take all the names. That's what I was like thinking.
Oh, you're good. All right. Big Al, you're up next.
I feel like Impact has a lot of players that I've never played with before. I mean, like Ryan, I think we've only played together like one time in D League. And then Derek, I've played with in our rec league, but like also not in a while. So I feel like for me, it's like it took a while to like really get used to how you guys play, even as individuals. Because I feel like it's one thing to be like, oh, like I know Ryan's good or I know Sean's good, but it's like that can mean so many different things. So I feel like for me, it was like kind of tough to go up against you guys because I didn't always know what to expect. But I feel like as like a team, um, or maybe this is like a shout out to whoever play calls, but I feel like you guys adapted really well to like the game that we were in or like the team that you were playing. I think that made it tough to go against, but good for you guys for being able to do that. Uh, yeah. And also I feel like as like a general, like my dodgeball IQ, I don't think is very good, but like my like confidence going against a team or a player is like really based off of like if I think I can catch them or like if I've caught them before. So like it's like especially difficult with like people that I've never really played against or with. So that made it like a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but definitely good competition. I feel like for the most part we would like hold our own against you guys a lot.
Yeah. We had some good back and forth series.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
Um, First shout out's definitely Tree. I feel like I had a really good playoff series against you guys, and then anytime I was getting hot, she just cooled me down. She was always out. She played phenomenally all last semi-pro and in general. She's just a great player. Um, I'm very sad that Sean couldn't have been there for more tournaments. I just think he's such a fun person to be around. His vibes are immaculate. I met him and you many years ago visiting Geo, and since then, me and him have just like clicked. You know, he's just always friendly, always a good guy to vibe with. And I love playing against him on the court. We're similar players, and it's really good vibes. Uh, Also, like I want to shout out you. I know that's weird to do on your own podcast, but I feel like you and me play the game more mentally than physically.
Mm-hmm.
And we use different physical attributes to be effective. Like you block heavy, wear people down, take good shots, like after you find them like in a weakness. And then I do the same thing, but with dodging and catching. So I'm more of like a dodge heavy than like counter or pre-counter and then go for a catch. So we're both very mental, but then how we implement how we get our outs is so different. And I always found that really cool to go up against you, because when we have those 1v1s, it's like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen, because it's tough. But overall, I loved your team. That's one of the teams I'd want to play on most if I was not on Squabble Up.
Appreciate that. Yeah, the season was a little rough with just not having consistent lineups, trying different lineups. We picked up Cole twice. We had Derek on the team later in the season. We had Angel for the last tournament. We started off the tournament or the season. We lost in the finals, and then we missed the playoffs for one. We barely snuck into a few. And the last one we were rolling, and unfortunately we couldn't come out on top. But yeah, this season I was really trying to figure out what we can do, what we can't do. Like, I don't care about one tournament. Like, hey, let's try you in the corner. Hey, let's try you in the middle with a ball. Let's try you in the middle without a ball. Like, what will work and what won't.
I do think Derek was a phenomenal pickup for you guys. He was so good on your team. And that's someone that, since I started, he's always been like in my ear, giving me advice, coaching me. I love Derek. I love playing with Derek. I love being in a league with Derek. I think him and Sierra both are just always giving good advice and always rooting for my successes. So shout out to the two of them.
Yeah, shout out Derek. Derek played on Dissonance, and they knocked us out of the playoffs, and he cooked us the first 3 games. And after the third game, I was like, hey, team, let's stop throwing aways, and then we'll get 4, and then we'll just throw 2 at him, because he's throwing out of the middle, like lighting someone's shit up, and then we run the away, and he's just catching them. And it was like a 2-for-0 every single time.
Yeah, when he's hot out the middle, there's very few people scarier than him. He's a demon out the middle.
Yeah. Shout out Derek. All right, next team, Sauce. Back to Big Al.
I feel like we didn't it was like most of the tournaments we were like one off in the standings from Sauce. I think that's the explanation why, but we like didn't really get to play them a lot, but they were a team that I thought like if I wasn't on Squabble Up, I think I would have a lot of fun on Sauce. Like really great vibes. Very Long Island heavy also, but yeah, I really liked playing Sauce. I wish we got to play them more. But like I feel like everyone says this, but like such a catch heavy team. Um, I think Chrissy and Claire usually played corner,
Mhm.
especially if Dylan wasn't there, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah.
I think in general, like qualities that make a good corner, but that like Chrissy and Claire both have is that like they can take a counter and they don't need to rely on a ball. I think that's something that they do really well because I think there's a lot of people maybe who like play corner kind of like by default because they like to have a ball in their hand, but then I feel like it makes it like riskier or like you have to be a little bit more conservative about when you take counters or not. But I think the two of them do really well. Um, Obviously Jordan and and Dylan are all like great catchers as well. Um, but yeah, I think they also had like catch heavy, but like in general, like a really well-rounded team. I think who else was on the team? Biggie and Enriquez and Johnny.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, Enriquez I know has been doing so much better with catching, and so is Biggie. But yeah, no, they always seemed like fun vibes and like another team, like really easy to root for.
Yeah. Chrissy's one of those players in the corner when I play against like someone like that, and I'll tell whoever's in the huddle, like, hey, so and so throw. If Chrissy counters, I will throw like within like half second. But if I miss my opportunity, I am not throwing because she is catching me.
Yeah, yeah, and she's sneaky with those counters too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle.
First shout out's got to go to my boy E. He was on my team last year for semi. Call each other sword and shield because I do the catching and catching back in, and then he cuts everyone down. So shout out. I think a big problem for him is he was his own worst enemy. He was getting himself out a lot, And then at the tournaments he was able to come to this time, he was doing so much better about, playing his life and keeping himself alive as much as possible. Also, shout out him just for traveling as much. He lives in Dallas full time now, and he still made a ton of tournaments.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and is mostly injured and like still makes it.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
Like arguably shouldn't even be playing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Biggie. You said E, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw him this weekend.
yeah.
Oh, that makes
Yeah, I bet.
good.
Yeah.
This team has like a lot of my good friends. Jordan,
Yeah.
fellow hands guy, hand squad. Biggie, I think, has improved so much since he first started. He's someone that really is not afraid to do anything that you ask him to. Phenomenal energy. That's another guy. Like if I was building like a vibes guy, first two picks, PJ Mike, Biggie. Same with Chris. Chris good energy too. So throw Chris on that good vibes team. I think this team might have had the best girls out of any team. I love the girls on my team, but I think like Claire, Chrissy, and Yanni, like that's three girls that can do anything, and they did. Like they had to be slotted into a lot, held it down. Claire fucking ran me down the entire time at our set against them. Nothing bad to say about that team. Their vibes are always good. Their energy is always great, and I think their girls were what I want dodgeball to be. I want the girls to play more and have a focal point in the offense. And I think that was the team in semi-pro where the girls were really like in the game 100% of the time. It wasn't like, once the guys got out or whatever, then the girls got a chance to play. Like these girls were in it from the beginning and they were threats. And I think in semi-pro, that's a thing that could happen where, on every team, girls could provide that type of utility. They're just not always used in the right way. So shout out Dill for getting his girls involved early in the season and then keeping that going throughout the entire year.
Twin?
Piggybacking off everybody, they're an amazing team. I love playing them when we did get to play them because they are fun to play and they're high energy all the time. I got my boy Jordan over there all the time. I got him in the corner, but
Dworkin?
yeah, always. We be having dork battles mid game. No, we stop. But amazing catching team, and like I feel like no matter who they went against, they always had a shot, whether they had Dill or not. But especially when they had Dill, because of their catching ability, they would just nobody's scared of who they're going against. They're like, all right, just throw it at me. I mean, like it doesn't matter, and they would come up with so many different catches. Somebody that I did not play against too much that I didn't know, but played really fucking good out of the corner, like Kyle said, Claire. She would get me a lot when I used to play in the corner in the beginning of the season. I didn't really know how she played or what she would do. I wouldn't back up too quickly and she'd take that shot. Like she's not scared to take the shot because she's very confident in her catching ability as well. And then she would either hit me or miss, and then I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna hit her, and then she'd make a catch. So it's just like, all right, learn something, Randy, or like stop taking those shots because she's a smart player. She's a good player and she's confident in what she's going to do. So if I have a little bit of hesitation, she's on it. Great player. Chrissy also is an amazing corner. And both of those girls held the corner down. Johnny, we didn't mention as well, not as much yet, but she's very, very, very good at catching and in those clutch situations because there's been a bunch of different times where she's like the last one left and she'll bring somebody right back in on a catch.
Something that he has not been playing for very long. So
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
Literally.
much so
Improvement.
She almost caught Noah then in that one finals to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
She's like this close.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but she's improved a ton. So shout out her to improve that much that quickly and travel more.
That's the thing. And she works really hard for it too.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't go to the practices a lot, but like every time I'm there, she's there. Every time somebody posts a clip, she's there.
Mhm.
But so good for her. She's working really hard for it.
She's
And
always
she's traveling
trying to-
too. Like she was in Minnesota
Yeah,
this
she's
year.
traveling a lot. Yeah.
hmm
I think
I'm
she's done
pretty
free
sure-
agent a few times too, which I feel like takes some gall.
You said she what?
I think she's done like free agent too, like
Oh
when
yeah.
she travels, which like I feel like shows like a dedication that like maybe not everybody has, or I would say maybe like doesn't necessarily have like that early on.
Yeah. Because she started last year, right?
I was gonna say, I feel like within a year, I have no idea what
Because
season, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't been here a year yet, or
I'm
like just past a year.
Been
I
around.
feel like I feel like she started last year because when I first was coming back into LI Kick at all, I think Dylan brought her, and then like she was like just getting started at that time, and I was just like, oh, okay,
Hmm.
oh wow, she's a good catcher. She's learning, but like then to now is a
Hmm.
crazy jump that she's made.
Yeah.
Like shout out to her.
Hmm.
Shout out to Yanni. All right, next team, serious. Let's start with Kyle.
Um, the hard teams to talk about are also good. Big Ben is
Yeah.
someone I want to mention because I think he had one of the
Mhm.
semi-pro. Uh, Ben had a lot of targets thrown at him often because people were trying to work his side so then they can deal better with the crazy threat of Zach or Rob in the other corner. So the fact that he had a lot of pressure on him all the time and he delivered big.
Yeah.
So big ups to him. Shout out to Ben, great player, and he played his role perfectly. He didn't give his life away easily. And for a guy on the bigger side, that boy can move. He knows how to dodge. He knows how to get himself low. So big shout out to him. He's always someone that's a lot of fun to go up against. Um, Matt, I think, is one of the best captains, period. He is so consistent at getting the most out of players. Anytime I played on a team with him, I feel like I play better. And I think a lot of that is his play calls and decision making and coaching you up while you're playing without feeling like he's telling you exactly what to do. Uh, Very hard to do, and he does it with grace and tact. So shout out him. Um, Morgan's gotten mentioned for improvements a lot, but I have to note it. She has improved so much, and I'm so proud of her. She's one of my favorite people in the scene, and she has went from someone that's like a second on a double to someone that you have to. If you're not watching her, you're out. If you let
Yeah.
her second, she'll find you. Her ability to read where your eyes are and know if you're paying enough attention, she'll get you out. So she's been
Yeah.
playing really well. Another girl that's not afraid to step into that corner position where I like when the girls play corner. I want to see more of that. So shout out to her.
Mhm.
Glenn?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to let Al go.
No, I've been going in a circle.
Heard. First, shout out to Matt. He does a very good job, like Kyle said, of captaining that team. And I had the pleasure of being captained by him at what was that tournament? Beast Coast?
Oh
Um,
yeah, you guys were the something guns, right?
bunch
Bunch
of
of bullets.
Bunch of
bunch,
bullets. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
bunch of
Close.
bullets. But no, that was an amazing team to actually play on. And like I said, he captained, so I didn't have to sit here and just run the team. I could just play my role, play freely, and like that was a fucking fun tournament. We played really fucking well. Shout out to him. Like Kyle said, he knows how to work his pieces. Um, I got to shout out my boy Big Ben as well. That's another player, bro. I played with him on LI Bullets when I first was, getting into traveling back in the day. Um, he scouted me out in LI Kick because he was just like, "Yo, do you travel?" I was like, "No, I mean, I haven't in a minute." But he's just like, "I'm making a team, or I have a team. I want you on it." And like since then, been playing with him. I love playing with him. Everything Kyle highlighted is true to a T, and he can fucking move. He's also very, very, very high IQ on the court.
He's been playing for a long time too. Like him and I used to play each other at Sky Zone like 10 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like the IQ is there, and with that, also the player database that he has in his head, so he knows how a lot of different people play, and he can just set himself up perfectly in just different situations where somebody if it's coming down to like a clutch situation, they might get a little more razzle. But Ben has the IQ. He knows who's been on the court for playing how many years, and he just knows how they play, their tendencies, what they're gonna do in that situation, what they're not gonna do, and he knows how to maneuver himself in a way to get the W, which he's done a bunch of different times at semi-pro. Um, serious. Zach is a player that I did not know too well coming into semi-pro. Like I said, not traveling too much, but he's a very, very good player. He's a very strong throw, he's amazing catcher, and he stays composed pretty well. Um, so having him opposite Ben in the corner, it was just like, do you want to take out the corners first, or do you want to whittle down the numbers in the middle to then worry about them? And it's a hard choice because you got to make that choice quick because Zach likes to counter, which I noticed during semi-pro, and he would get me a lot on that. He has very good awareness of like, what it looks like their opponent's gonna do, and then just acting on it. Jess is another great piece. I didn't know her as well either coming into semi-pro, but she played really well out of the middle. Another composed player. She made catches very, very frequently that brought in, Zach or brought Ben back in. She also has a solid throw. And it's not somebody that you can just not be aware of on the court, just like Morgan.
She's really aware too of like those deflections. I feel like she's always like diving for those balls that are like about to hit the floor.
Yeah, one caught it like
I was gonna bring that up.
barely got it. I don't know how she. It was one of the coolest catches I've ever seen.
That was disgusting.
That was sick.
That was so crazy.
I feel like she had a crazy catch this last semi-pro too. And I'm blanking on it, but like it was like a leg catch.
She also caught Alan with her knees. I was gonna bring that up too,
Yes,
because
I
she
was
like
yeah.
I think it was like her versus Alan and Rennie. She caught Alan with her knees, brought Zach in. So then it was like Zach versus Rennie. But I feel like I think it was like a catch and an out. But I feel like she walked off like very like her face looked like, yep, I did my part. That's all I had to do. Like, and I was like, yeah. But no, but that was so impressive.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at those, so there's more to be talked about. But like, I could go on about their team. I like playing serious. They're always like a tough team to play because the arms that they have with Matt, you have Ben, you have Zach. You can't forget the birthday triplet, the boy Rob.
BBL Bobby.
You know what I'm saying? And like, all right, let me just get into Robbie just a little bit, but like being able to place Robbie in the middle, he doesn't have to play corner. Being able to place him in the middle so you get all your throws through the middle and then you can have your corners throw. You don't really need them to when you have somebody like Robbie in the middle who can just whip it, and he also can catch well. He might not move as great as the rest of us, but like you don't really need that when he's just gunning everybody down, so he doesn't have to move. And he can throw from the back line.
I was gonna say Robbie's pretty fucking agile too.
Or agile, that boy can move.
Sometimes, or he'd just be like on one leg like a swan.
Yeah.
But then that shit works. Like that shouldn't work as well as it does. He'll have like 3 balls coming at him. He like kind of lifts one leg and he's just fine.
Having bad
the ball like this.
Also that, yeah.
Yeah, with one hand. Having LeBron James sciatica too.
Yeah. We were playing like kick play and he was hurt, so he wasn't gonna play. And he's like, let me play like one. So he got in and he was like a statue. He couldn't move because he was in so much pain. And he stood there as 3 people threw balls at him, and he got 3 catches back to back to back.
Shout that boy Rob.
Favorite players to play with. I love him as a human. That is my brother. He's whenever I'm in a bad mood, his arms are always just going to appear behind you. He's always giving like back hugs. So shout out Rob. I call him the Hulk because people always try to calm him down when he gets mad, and I'm like, no, you don't. Give him a ball and send him on his way. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like Robbie coming in on a catch, especially if he was like first out, like as long as it's not against my team, it's one of my favorite things to watch. I feel like you literally unleashed the Hulk, and he will be out for blood.
Yeah. No.
No, it's so fun to watch.
All right, bring us
Um,
home, Big Al.
but yeah, in addition to what everybody said, I feel like me as somebody who like I feel like the only thing I can like kind of do well is catch. I have like no purpose lining up against Sirius. I don't know what to do. Like I can't catch any of them. But yeah, Matt as a captain, I feel like all of my best seasons as a player have been with Matt and Morgan as well. Like one of the last seasons I played with them, like I was next to Morgan and I'm like, she's right next to me. I don't see like 99% of the shots that she's taking. And then it's like the best players on their other team are out. I was like, I don't know. Like apparently we're looking at the same court, but like like I don't see it. So like shout out to her. Yeah, that whole team really, really solid. And like just to like reiterate, I think Matt, better than like most captains I've ever played with, get like really get the most out of their team. Like make everyone feel like you like very needed as well and like utilized. And I think that's really special. So
Yeah, I agree with that. I've had people in the past talk about like their teams if they're like a captain or like their teammates and like, oh, they don't bring anything to the team. They're such a negative. I'm like, dude,
mhm,
every single person on your team, whether you think they're good or bad, they bring
mhm,
something to your team. You just need
mhm.
to get the best out of that player. And Matt
Yeah.
is one of those captains that does that very well.
Yeah, and he has I feel like he has like genuine faith in his teammates as well. And like there are some
100%.
times where um like I don't normally play corner. I don't normally like throw very often, but like I feel like people have come up to me that like I played a good game or like I got so and so out. Like, oh, that was a great shot. And meanwhile, like Matt's standing right behind me, like off the court, like throw at this person right now. And I'm like, okay. But like he's just so smart about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so shout out to Matt and Morgan.
Shout out Matt Morgan. All
Mhm.
right. I kind of lost.
Really quickly
Go
before
ahead.
we go to the next team,
Yeah.
I want to shout out Jackson because it came in.
Yeah.
My boy
Oh my God,
Jackson Lamar. Oh my gosh.
I
How could
should
I
have had my
forget
list
he's on
up.
Sirius? Bro, that's another player that I didn't know beforehand. But seeing him throughout the semi-pro season, first off, his throw got, I don't know if it's just me, but it looked like his throw got a lot better. And he was another player that played out of the middle. So you had to worry about trying to like get him out, but he can catch as well. And he was a bigger body too, so he ate a lot of those catches. But he's a very smart player. I like playing against him because like he's another player where I know he's going to take the shot if I let go of my ball or, if he sees the opening. And like, it's not, in my eyes, it's like if I don't know somebody, I'm not really guessing that they're going to do that. So, like, him being a new face, I like kind of, I test the waters with a lot of people and he chomped at the bit and got me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he stood up to it. And I like that. I like that a lot. He was a very great player. Very, very good player. Look forward to playing with him in the future too.
Well, he's
Mhm.
also he's someone that's a fantastic teammate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Play with him, and she showed me clips and was talking about her experience and said that his energy and vibes were really really good. So shout out him for always being there for his teammates. That's means more than you think. Having good teammates is so helpful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
100%. I played with him in D League one time. Amazing time.
Shout out Jackson. He definitely is one of those players in Nutmeg that will ask me questions, try to pick my brain. And he actually asked me a question that I haven't gotten a lot. He's like, hey, what do you do to warm up? Because I feel like you always do something to warm up. And I'm like, all right, this is what I do to warm up. And then Jackson, like the next week, he's got a PT band. He's doing like the same warm ups that I'm doing. Like he's ready, bro. I'm like, all right, I respect it. I
There
respect
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
All right, I might have lost track. I think Randy, you start next with Invictus or Kyle?
I think
I think
Kyle
I,
just started serious.
Okay, I was
yeah.
right. Randy.
Invictus. They have a lot of people that I didn't know coming into this. Rennie, I'm gonna shout her out off rip. I know everybody knows Rennie. She is an amazing player. She also made Team USA. So, I mean, obviously the skill is there. She knows how to stay like in that little ass square box where you can't hit her. And she has the ball right here, and then she'll sit there and either she'll go for the block or she'll even square up for the catch right there on the ground. And she knows how to catch very well, put her body into like the best position to get the catch. While also like maneuvering out of the way of the other balls being thrown at her. Um, let's see. I'm like trying to think of like not mentioning big names.
Damn,
His name is
Tom.
getting bigger. I was gonna say Tom. Um, Tom. Tom is another player that like doesn't get a lot of recognition because he may not have the best arm, but Tom can when you give him a role and you set him in it, like Tom does fill that role very well. Like he played out of the middle a lot for them. He had a lot of the throws on their ways on the counters, and he'd hit me again, just in the same way that like Pat out of the middle would throw, even though I'm in the corner or maybe I was in the middle of that game. Tom has a good throw. He has a power in his throw. So it's like you got to move out of the way or square up for it because if you don't, he's going to hit you. Um, Great player. Um, I was going to say Jacob, who's big on, he was big in the draft on a lot of people's lists, but as the season went on, I feel like he improved. I've seen him improve from just like the Thursday leagues and the Monday practices this past year. Excuse me. And he is somebody that like I also would like to play with in the future, like on travel teams. I played with him in like our Thursday rec league, and it's fun. It's fun as fuck. But he's a good player. He has a great throw. He does telegraph his fucking backwards spin throw, but even telegraphed, he still hits people with it. So you got like it or not, like he's getting people out. Um,
Girls like that. It's hard to read with your eyes.
Hate it.
Um, he also can catch well, and he's getting better with staying alive and like holding onto the ball to where he doesn't, let go of ball control or like protecting himself and like he'll get somebody to throw at him while he's like pump faking, and then now his team has four, maybe five balls, and he has the green light to throw because that's what like Gio or Noah will tell him to do. Like if I let go of a ball or like our corner will let go of a ball, they're like, Jacob, take the shot. He does it all the time, and 90% of the time he's gonna make a hit. And he's only gotten better with that. So shout out to Jacob.
I feel like his offense has always been like pretty good too. For me personally, I've noticed a big improvement in his defense where he used to go for a lot of catches and he used to jump a lot. And now like he will catch those balls and he won't jump as much. Or he will jump, but he has a ball in his hand at least when
Yeah.
when he does jump.
I do think
Yeah.
someone that he would play after he got like a hit or two, he'd be feeling himself and he'd play so up on that line and get himself into hot water. Now I feel like he knows his life is so valuable because he can do so much that he's a little more cautious about where he puts himself and it
Mm-hmm.
can go away.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, Allison.
Yeah, in addition to that, I think Noah is also a really great captain, and I think also I think Noah does well about like utilizing everyone in their strengths, but also I think Noah's really, really good at bringing like keeping the pace of the game to like his strengths and his team's strengths. Like you don't see Noah get like really lost in like playing a fast-paced team because I think he thrives more in like a more methodical, like slower paced game, and he's really good about maintaining that and like playing into his own strengths, which I feel like takes a lot of patience and like getting your team to like also maintain that level of patience. I imagine can't be easy. I don't captain, but I imagine that's not easy. And I think they do it really well. And I think like they're a team that got like more and more secure as the season went on. And also I would say utilize their girls really well. I feel like Alyssa was often in corner. Um, like I don't know, it seemed like everybody like really trusted each other and supported each other, and I feel like that's huge. And they also had a lot of people that you could put anywhere. Um, I know you mentioned Tom. Tom's also gotten like really good at catching as he's backtracking like from and away.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
not
yeah.
easy.
He's really good at throwing the aways too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And like self-sufficient without a ball. Um, but yeah,
Which is
really
something that we
obviously
work
very
with.
solid team. But yeah.
All right, Kyle.
Rounding us home. First, I got to shout out Giancarlo. That's the guy that got me into the sport, how it all started. I really appreciate everything he's done for me. He's someone that's so good at giving advice. I call it, Popovich, the Popovich coaching tree. Our coaching tree because there's so many of us that we all started around the same time and kind of looked to him for how to play and how to position ourselves and stuff. And each one of us took something from it and ran with it. Like I think that's why part of why Matt's such a good captain is because he learned a lot of that from Gio. I think for me, like where I position my hands and prep myself for catches, I learned from him. He's one of the best at just squaring in transition, and now that's like a big part of my game is being comfortable catching on the front line. So shout out him for teaching me that and instilling that in me. And I think Noah is one of my favorite players to play with. He captains a lot of the LI kick teams that I'm on and puts a tremendous amount of trust in the people he plays with. And I think that goes a long way. When your captain believes in you, good things tend to happen. So
Mhm.
shout out to Noah. Um, One thing with Rennie I wanted to mention is where we play now for semi-pro is wall ball, and she must have like sonic hearing or something because once that ball hits the back wall, she, without even looking at it, tracks it down, stops it, tracks. She saves them dozens of balls every series. And
Easily.
little things matter so much. She maintains that team's ball control phenomenally well, and it's such like an underappreciated skill, and it's something that bugged the fuck out of me every time we went up against them. Never had more than 3 balls. They always were able to get those ricochets back that you kind of count on when you play in a place with wall ball.
Mhm.
Last person I want to mention, John. I think if there were other ever out of state people I could play with full time, um, the one of the big names that would be on that team would definitely be John. I think his energy's contagious. I've never seen him frown. Uh, just a really good vibes guy. I didn't get a chance to know him all that well at first, and even then, he was still coming up to me and talking about the game after, and just very friendly, very bubbly.
Mhm.
Great dude. So shout out, John.
Shout out everyone on Invictus. All right, last team. Take us home, Big Al.
Um, Shake and Bake, I feel like was another one of those teams where like I didn't have a ton of familiarity with the players before coming to semi-pro and like isn't trying to now I'm trying to think of the team. I'm just gonna pull up the roster. Was Nikki the only person from Long Island on that team?
No, Brian Field, Brian Priest.
Oh, you're right. But them also, like I never really played with. So it was like even like the Long Island like representation were like so relatively new faces and like I've played with and against Nikki a handful of times, but like he's so hard to get out. Like what does it even matter almost? Um but yeah, like I feel like they were like they were a team that like I feel like adapted really well and like capitalized a lot on like our mistakes. Um and like they were always around. Everyone on that team can just like dodge so well that I was like, yeah, they were also like really hard to go against. But I think like um but I like the teams I think that are like a good blend of like Long Island and out of state because I feel like to me that's like a really I think should be a priority for semi-pro and I would think like that makes it I don't know like that makes it very different in like I guess more ways from just like rec league. But yeah, a lot of talent on that team. And shout out to Meredith and Amanda. I'm excited to play with them in February, I think. I don't know,
The Galentine's tournament.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
whenever.
I gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, and they also seem like really cool people. But yeah.
Shout out Meredith and Amanda. All right, Kyle, next.
I want to talk about Andrew Kim, specifically his footwork. I think he has the best footwork out of any dodgeball player I know. He puts himself in fantastic positions all the time, and he knows how to hunt people down like it's nobody's business. He's really good at. It's a weird thing to say, like you watch someone's feet while you're playing, but if you ever watch, like he just the way he himself around a dodgeball court, it's like a dance almost. It's really cool to watch. I think it's an underrated tool that he uses. He is nimble on his feet and he moves very quickly, and that's something that's really hard to do when you're playing corner and you're pressured to throw as much as he has to do. So his ability to use his footwork effectively is really cool to watch. Um, Nicky's one of those guys that I kind of like grew up playing when I first started. To see his growth since then, I know he didn't get to go, but the fact that he made it, got an invite to the combine, I'm just really proud of him. That's bro right there. I know you didn't get to go either, Ryan, and that really sucks for the both of you. But I'm really proud to say that you guys are friends of mine and see what you guys have done in this. It's really cool to see. Uh, Last shout out will be for Brian. I think Brian is someone that I want to play with more. I didn't know him when I first got on the scene. He wasn't really around as much, I don't think. So now that he's back and he's coming to more stuff, he's someone I'd really like to play on like a local rec league team with. Maybe I could jump on the Bullets one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, another OG. Sky
Yeah,
Zone days.
And shout
the
out to
bullet.
Brian too, because we're gonna play with him on Saturday at the Turkey
Yeah,
Takedown.
yeah.
Let's say I have good news for
Oh,
you, Kyle.
I know that, but I'm
That's fire.
let's
Yeah, and I know it's not
go.
league, it's just a
Wait,
day,
are
but
we
yeah, I'm
all
really
going to
excited.
the turkey takedown?
what?
What'd you say?
Are we all going to the turkey takedown?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. All
I'm
right,
taking W.
Twin, take us home.
Um, Shout out Shake and Bake. I feel like they were more consistently our toughest like opponent to face throughout each semi-pro. I gotta shout out my boy Andrew. He was the first, like he's one of the first people I ever played on a pro team with. Taken. I don't know if you remember that back in the day,
Oh, there's a
Ryan.
question about it.
There's a question about Taken. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, bro, one of my first teammates ever, and like seeing him grow from like where we started in the 8.5 days and foam and no sting to now making Team USA, just like you as well. Because I've seen you play for a while too back in the day. But I started with Andrew and we played together. I always loved playing with him as a teammate. He's an amazing teammate to have because he always keeps his composure, always has great energy, a great attitude about him, always positive. Even if your head's down here, he's gonna find a way to lift you up. And he's just an amazing player on the court. Is a dog, bro. There's so many times that he's brought Shake and Bake back from maybe like a 2v4, just, just playing his game. Like, and it's hard to get him to play out of his game, which is one of the big things about him as a player that like I love. So shout out to Andrew, shout out to my boy Kimmy. Let's go. Also, just like Kyle said, I want to shout out Nikki because I've seen him play for a very long time, back to when Kevin Stannis had his Wednesday practices.
Oh, the Lions days, or no, Allegiance, right?
Allegiance, yeah,
Allegiance.
exactly.
Hmm.
So it's like I've seen Nikki play for years, and that was like I used to play a lot back then. That's when Bullets was more active, and then like I took a little hiatus, but Nikki continued to play. So seeing like that little time off that I took to seeing him now, and he again, he's another player that made Team USA, and like he didn't get to go, but the talent is there. It's the work has been put in, and he's also like he's put on like size. He's putting on weight in the gym so he can further his skill set to become more of an asset at whatever team he's on. Because he's already a great player. He knows how to stay alive. He knows how to take his shots effectively. because he may not have the fastest throw like everybody else, but again, he's putting on the weight now, and his throw's actually gotten faster. His curve is good. He's accurate. So that his offense is there. His defense has always been there. It's hard as fuck to hit that motherfucker. I swear to, like I another person that just stays in that little box and you can't hit them because he has the
Yep.
ball right there too. And it's just like that's full coverage. And I don't know how. I don't know how that's full coverage. And, like it doesn't make sense. Like however you try and you have to like put like 99% accuracy onto that throw to get like his little toe that's hanging out. That's it. Because if you aim for anything else, you're not hitting him. And he's gonna move out the way as well. Or he's just gonna catch you because that's another thing he can do. He can catch very well. Um, so shout out to Nikki. I gotta shout out Brian because that's another LI bullet, you know that. Brian, I don't really like playing against you, Brian. He literally, which you can see in a bunch of the different semi-pro games, and tournaments, he's clutched it up for them a lot. And you wouldn't think like Brian's gonna be able to do that because everybody's like, oh, old man Brian. But no, Brian is a dog and he comes to play. He literally can catch very well. He can throw very well and he knows how to move. So putting that all together, like I feel like he's a player that, which like not to the detriment of his team, like he doesn't like playing with them, but when there's less people on the court, he plays way more freely. And that works to his advantage because there will be a lot of different times where he's the last one on the court, and you'll see he dogs that game out and gets the W for them. So shout out to Brian. Um, someone that I did not know too much at all, um, but got to know her game very well, Tara. I didn't know Tara before semi-pro, but she is a very, very good and smart player. She played in the corner a lot for them, and in the earlier semi-pros, I had to line up against her because that's when I was in the corner before I moved to middle. Um, just like Claire, like I would test the waters, try and take my shots. I would take a shot here and there, but all the time, she either is moving out of the way, or if I do clip her, good for me. But if she doesn't get hit by me, she's taking that shot as well. And she has an accurate throw. And it's a quick throw too. And I didn't know that. Um, but like she played very well in her role. She also I feel like she held that team together too because having her in the corner and then having Kimmy in the corner, you have two very strong corners. You could let your middle like Brian, both Brians, because we didn't mention Priest. He's a very good player as well. And I remember him. I feel like he started early LI kick season back in like the beginnings of like the dodgeball league. And I've seen him grow too. He's a great player, very stable middle player, has a good throw. Doesn't need to move much either. You'll see him he'll stay on his knees just waiting for the catch.
Mhm.
So you don't have to worry about getting in his way or him getting in your way. Like real and knows how to stay in his lane. But yeah, no, that team all around, like they they played together, and I think that's very like hard to do with like Al said, like having people from Long Island, having people from Connecticut, just all around, like squabble up. It was easier to try and have a practice or anything like that. I don't know of any other teams being able to have that so easily, like as us. But they always came together one way or another. Carlos, amazing player. Carlos Romer, right?
Yes. Yep. From Boston.
Yes. Another player I want to shout out. He, bro, he's another person where it's just like I. He was like Nate to me. Like Nate on your team is like Carlos on that team to me. Like just like make that decision. And I wouldn't make that decision. He would get me out on a bunch of different times. Just like they ran ways effectively. and he would play out of the middle a lot. He would take his shots. He has a very good throw. He knows how to move. Um, he's a very high energy player too. I know he would get them riled up and make sure their spirits are pumping, have good energy all around. Um, who else can I mention? You got to shout out Mer and Amanda. I love getting to meet them. They're so funny, but I've seen them improve throughout the season with their catching ability. And their throw is getting there too. I know they've been working on it, and I have seen the improvements in that too. So shout out them. Keep it going, y'all. I see y'all. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. All right, and that is it for all the teams. Let's recap your team. So I got 2 questions for you, Randy, because you're the captain, and then the rest, everyone else can hop in. So my first question is, what was the story behind your team's name?
Story was I asked my core how they like the names that I came up. I don't even remember. Al, what were some of the names that
Oh,
I
I could look at our text, but like I don't know. Brady, that was like a year ago.
I don't I don't remember like what the names that I was coming up with, but Carly, who she couldn't come to all of our tournaments, but she was part of the core. Carly had said about Squabble Up, and I was just like, ooh, I fuck with it. I fuck with it. And I ran with that, and then I went. You saw our jerseys. Like I was just
They're
like
sick.
going with it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They're
I got
sick.
mixed reviews on.
What?
You don't need the guy in the back with the grills
That's my take too.
on my ass cheeks. I don't need it.
On my ass cheeks. All right, the front of the jersey was sick. We can all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Even with the car, like the car from the album.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
All right. And my next question, what was the draft strategy?
Well, the draft strat, because I was probably I think a fifth pick, and it was like the snake draft. So I was just sitting there, I was like, okay, I know who I want. I had Kyle, I had Kevin, I had Brian, and I had Big Ben. I was just like, I want to go and get an arm first or a very, very good catcher. Then Brian got taken. It's up to me. I'm just like, okay, do I want to go catcher first or do I want to go arm first? Because I know everybody's going to stack up on arms. So I went with Kevin, and I knew it was going to come back to me real soon. And I was just praying that you didn't pick Kyle. And you didn't.
Wait, whoa, hold up. No. I had the first pick, and then I didn't have a pick for like
So wait,
17 more spots.
no, not you, Nikki. Was it Nikki that was after me? Who was
Dylan.
Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan
Okay.
and uh 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 uh
Fuck. Yeah, I can't remember that draft order, but
I don't
whoever it
know. It was like
was,
February, March.
yeah, whoever it was after me, I was just praying they didn't pick Kyle. They did not. So I got like 2 first round picks in the first and second round. I was like, I'm solid. I set my medal up. I was just like, all right, we'll see whoever else falls to me. And I was just keeping track of I wanted to pick a girl with my third pick, but all the girls went third round, bro. I was like, I have no, like, I can't, like, everybody was like Megan, Quinn, everybody was getting picked. And like, I didn't know too many people that were not from Long Island because this was me just getting back into traveling. So I was just like, I had to ask you guys. I was like, all right, well, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? And it was just like, I'm gonna just go with what I know. So then I ended up picking Chucky. And that was a snag and a half because I knew people didn't know Chucky. I know Chucky from back in the day. That's my boy. So being able to pick Chuck, and I was just like, listen, I can coach him up. He can listen to me. And I know once he gets back into dodgeball shape, just into the flow of it, that's another first round pick. And you guys saw Chucky is a dog. Chucky knows how to play. He knows, I mean, like, he may not move the same way we do, but he stays alive and his throw is deadly. So
Yeah, yeah, I
check it.
agree.
And then I had picked up Jess. That was my last pick, but that was because I didn't know any other females. I don't remember who else was there at that time, but it was a bunch of people from out of state. I had no clue. Everybody from Long Island was taken. But Jess was another solid player. She didn't gel with us in the beginning. We were trying to figure everything out. But when it came down to it, that last tournament she played with us, she outplayed all of us. But no, Jess was very good to have on the team because she also had very high IQ. She traveled. I didn't see her when we traveled, obviously, because I wasn't traveling like that, but I heard she was a very good catcher. And she was working on her throw with John, which I did see improving throughout the season. It just didn't pan out for us. But Jess is a solid player, and I would play with her again, honestly.
Dope person. Great vibes.
Facts.
It's really sweet.
Totally agree. Hey,
Yeah, that was the draft.
cool. All right, I got a few more questions, and we'll get into questions from the people. Next question. Anyone could hop in here. How has your team evolved from the first semi-pro to the last?
More like devolved, but
Default.
I was just gonna ask if I could tie that into your next question of like our biggest improvements.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like yeah, like the team roster and like with or without like attendance, like for whatever the reason is, like our roster looked like a little bit different from tournament to tournament. And I feel like in general, we either like for the people who like were there consistently, like I feel like we found our spots better that like suited us best on this team. And then also like I think what was it like the August tournament where like a lot of people were out, Kevin was injured. We had Mo as our like celebrity or yeah, celebrity, whatever it's called, or special, whatever. But like I feel like we got to our like ideal spots like sooner. I think maybe than we would have if this happened in like May. And then also like shout out to Kevin Kimmick for that tournament because I think like obviously we would have rather had him play, but like for him to still show up even though he was injured and then like I thought do like a really good job of like coaching us. Like he really helped us to be like, okay, look, like, you know, XYZ improvement and then it like really, really clicked for us for the rest of the tournament. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it like took us a little bit to kind of like find our footing as individuals, like where do I go and like how do I fit amongst the team? But I think when we got there, I feel like it was good. Um, but but yeah, I think that would be like a big change over the time, just like general positions.
Mm-hmm. Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I started playing in the middle for us
Hmm.
first couple tournaments.
Yeah.
Then I ended up slotting into the right corner, which is a bit of an adjustment. I'm not. I played in rec leagues a lot, but I'm not normally someone that plays corner in more competitive settings. So it took a little bit of getting used to, but I think switching over Randy to the middle was something that opened us up a lot more. It let him be more of an offensive threat instead of someone that had to rely on defense. I think when you have such an offensive weapon like that, you have to put it in the best position to be successful. Um, and I think I mean, my personal opinion, I think he improved a lot once he made this slide into middle. And then we relied on me and whoever was in the left corner just trying our best to cover him, whether that be Taylor or Chucky or who have you, Kevin.
So I feel like it's usually Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, depended on the tournament. Like last
Yeah.
tournament, we had Katie. She played some left corner.
Mhm.
Oh
That was
yeah,
yeah.
Katie I thought came in like really quick, learned our tendencies, and was able to like for the most part like use us to our best ability like very quickly.
Yeah, I
Um,
wish.
so yeah, it
I wish
stinks
we
that we
had her
couldn't
for
have her
longer.
sooner. I think that that would have helped us. But you know,
Yeah,
happy to play with her again.
yeah, great person. I think she took a lot of pressure off of Randy. He didn't have to focus on play calling, which helps.
100%.
Yeah.
100% did. Shout out Katie, man. Like, I wish we had her all season. That like, and like I knew that like picking her up because I'd seen her a couple of different times when like I did travel. Like I think I saw her in Boston. Um, but I was just like, oh, okay, she's the captain of Empire. And I was just like, listen, if she's cool with play calling, oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. Because like for me, like I do love to play call and I feel like I do make good play calls, but when I have to play call versus when I can just have somebody tell me what to do and I can just play freely, I don't have to worry about like rushing to the middle to get the play call off or rushing from corner or wherever I am on the court to get our play call in that little bit amount of time and then cadence the call for whoever's going to throw it. And then if they don't throw it, if they don't hear me, then I have to let go of I don't have to think about any of that. I can just play my game. Randy, throw the ball. All right, I'm gonna throw the ball. Randy, hold your ball. All right, I'm gonna hold the ball. Randy, do your thing. All right, I'm gonna do my thing. Like it's cool. Like it's nice. And like again, like play calling is nice because I feel like it does get me into like the game a little bit more, but like in a weird sense, when I'm not playing, it's like I'm trying to like figure out the best way to put it, but like I'm locked into a zone of not thinking of anything but myself, and it lets me play better, if that makes sense. I don't know how to like.
I think so. I think there's certain players that play better if they don't have to play call. And there's like really, I won't name names, but like there's really good players and really good teams. And they'll be like, yeah, I don't play call like at all. I don't shot call. They just tell me what to do and I listen because I would rather be locked in, like what's going on in front of me. Hey, so and so, like go throw. Cool, I got it. But there's other players that feel like that they have to, and that helps them keep like locked in mentally more. um, I don't think I'm one of those players, but I'm always that type of player that even before, like, we could be on offense. All right, cool. I already have this out in my head. And then we're on defense. Cool. Like, if they do this, then we do this. If they do this, then we do this. Like, all these different options. So I can come into the huddle and I already know what I want to do. And I have
Mhm.
like option A, option B, option C. But some people, like, they either won't process that as quickly or they're not really sure or they're like thinking in the huddle and then they hear like 5, 4, and they're like, shit, all right, so and so go right up to the front line. And yeah, it could be a disaster. But having someone like Katie on the team that you're like, okay, cool. Like, if I don't have to play call, then she can play call. Or if I'm out, I know I have someone on the court that I can rely on.
Mhm.
Big stabilizing force for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she did great. Especially without Taylor, because like I feel like it was like if you asked us like early in the season, like who were our play callers, like that little lineup in of itself changed drastically to the last one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think that was like a very needed role that we filled, even if it was just for October.
Yep. All
She's
right.
somebody that I would love to play with again moving forward.
I'm sure she's going to play next year for semi-pro.
I hope
Hopefully
so,
more
yeah.
people come out too from Big Apple.
Shout out, big.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
All right, last serious question for me about your team, and then I got a phony one, and then one about semi-pro. The serious one, what are some strengths and some of your weaknesses from the season?
You guys want to go first? Or you want me to?
I can take this one. I'll start. I think it was you that said it on the last pod, Ryan, but you
Yeah.
mentioned that we either had to fully commit to attacking and playing that chaotic, aggressive style or fall back. And I personally think it's something we should have fully committed to. A lot of the teams there are slower paced, and I feel like if you just try to blow right through them and you have the firepower that we had, especially on the games when Taylor was there, that's what we should have committed to was just, playing fast paced, just trying to get wins early and keep pressure on consistently. Um, I think our biggest weakness was our consistency. Um, we had a lot of moving parts for most of the year. We didn't lock things down until the very end. I think we already mentioned, but if we had Katie the whole year, if we had some of our other pieces the whole year, if Taylor was able to play on the team more, I think we would have stabilized and been a real threat. But it's hard when you have people having to step up and play different roles all the time.
I agree with that. So there was, I think it was a playoff series. I want to say it was against Invictus, and you guys were playing like fast, and you guys were winning. And then you're like, okay, cool, we're up like 2 or 3 games. Let's start playing slow. And then you guys started to play slow, and then you guys blew the series. And I was reffing that, and in my head, I'm like, no, don't play slow. Like, just
Yeah.
play how you've been playing. Like, you guys are up by like 2 or 3 games.
I think
Especially
that
So
because
was the
also
best
like
series
we
too.
probably played right into how like Noah plays well.
yes,
That's exactly what we did. Like that's his like I don't know if specialty is the right word, but like he does that so well. And he's someone and I feel like from what I know about like the players on like Invictus and like in this specific scenario, it was like they don't get like frazzled by like being like I guess 0-2 or 0-3, however early on. It's like that did not shake them, But but yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah. I feel like, man, this team, it really could have been like, if we had,
I'll be right back. Sorry.
You're good.
um, if we had all of our pieces there every tournament, I feel like we would have been the team to beat every tournament. And that's kind of like what you're saying, like play fast and everything. That's kind of like how I drafted the team, imagined it. Like I was like, okay, obviously I started in corner because I had envisioned Taylor in corner, me in corner, Kyle and Kevin out of the middle. And just we'd be able to let Kyle or Kevin throw freely or I'll throw freely because we got Taylor right over there ready to counter. Like just play fast. And if we don't have balls, it doesn't matter because we have a team full of catchers. Like I wanted our team to play fast and not worry about ball control because we had the arms to get it back or the catchers to get it back either way. Um, but like everybody said, not having all of our pieces, having moving pieces. Um, I picked up different people throughout the year, so we never had like a consistent lineup. We had injuries. We just had people just not being able to be there because they had other things they had to attend to. Um, we missed Carly a couple different tournaments, but she's a very good player. Like I feel like if she had more of a more time with our team, like just to like learn how we played more, not even learn it, just like get her flow into it. Like she's another player that can heat up like that. And like when you're throwing at Carly and she's catching all the time, like that's just like, oh, bro. And like that's exactly what I wanted from our team. Um, so when it comes to like the weaknesses, I feel like I should be like held accountable for like a decent amount of it because like this was my first time captaining, but like it was hard for me to like figure out how to move our moving pieces when we didn't have everybody. And I was like so focused on, okay, this is our game plan. This is how I want us to play. Okay, week of all these people can't come. So now I have to readjust and then come to game time. And it's just like, okay, they're playing us this way. I imagine being able to adjust in this way, but we don't have these people. So what am I going to do now? And that was like pretty hard. And I think that was like one of the good things about having Kyle and Kevin my left and right ear. I would ask them all the time and be like, okay, what do you guys think I should do? How do you think I should do this? And that's kind of how we came up with me coming into the middle. Um, they both had said like, we don't want you in corner because your life is too valuable. And as much as you want to be able to throw out of the middle. Like corners can keep the ball and protect you. You can play freely. You can throw. You can go back. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything else. And then that kind of gave me like a different perspective on just like how our team would play. Um, Kind of helped our strengths, but then again, it it has its drawbacks too because then like I just feel like it had to I had to get used to playing out of the middle, which I felt like I did, but it's a new thing to me. And then having to worry about play calling and I didn't feel my play calls could have been better. Um, and I wasn't loud enough all the time either out of the middle.
Okay.
So like
I can't hear shit. Even when Katie was play calling, I could never hear what the play call was.
One thing for my team too that I noticed early, because like I'm sorry, not Impact, Charter last year, like I make a play call on the right corner, it goes down the fucking line.
Yeah.
And on
Yeah, we've really
for
worried about that.
yeah, for Impact this year, like the second or third tournament, they're like, we can't hear. I'm like, we gotta relay it down the line. Like I can't say it too loud because everyone else is gonna hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
Yeah,
feel like
that.
this is like a little random, but just like while we're talking about it, shout out to Jackson who acknowledges when he hears the play call. Because I think there's a lot of times where it's like you pass it down, or like if I hear it, I might think that the person next to me hears it. They're not that far, and then they don't.
Mhm.
And like, hey, like that's such an easy fix, but like, yeah, having just like the little bit, I think he just says heard, but whatever it is, he
Mhm.
acknowledges that he hears the play call, and I feel like that, I don't know. I think that's really nice, and that's not something that I really see from other
Yeah,
players.
mhm.
our team definitely didn't do that.
I think for your team, if I had your roster, I mean obviously it sucked not having Taylor there for like the 2 or 3 tournaments that he wasn't.
Yeah.
I think I would have done the first tournament. I would have said, "Hey, we're going balls to the wall. Like I don't give a shit about ball control. We're killing
Mhm.
people, but we're not getting cute with angles. We're killing people in front of us, like 2 balls straight. If
Yeah.
we miss, whatever, the balls are coming back. Like the corners, just keep pressure and just see what happens from there. Again, it's tough when Taylor wasn't there as much as you guys would have liked, but yeah, I would say like out of all the teams that we talked about throughout like past 6 to 8 months on this pod, like your team, everyone was talking about like should they go fast, should they go slow? Like doesn't seem like they can pick a direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, we kind of, that was just a couple of like the big discussions that I would have with like Kyle and Kevin. Be like, all right, well, these are the pieces that we have moving forward. What should we do? Because you guys know I want to play fast. You know that's just my play style. But if that's not what's going to work for us, then how are we to move forward? And like I said, that's how we came up with the me in the middle strategy. But again, we still had to figure out if we were going to play quicker or not, and that's just hard. That was hard to figure out.
One other thing
Curious?
too that kills teams, and it's been 2 years, and I don't think people understand this. When you're down numbers and you run running away, if you're not stopping that ball, you can't throw that ball. Like just because the person in front of you throws or you feel like you have a spot to throw, if you throw and you miss, you just gave them 4 and it wasn't your burden to begin with. So at
Yeah.
that gym, I think a lot of people will make like one small mistake and the other team will capitalize on that so quickly.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that. Like I didn't pay too much attention to wall ball. I would throw and I wouldn't think about it like, oh, they're gonna try and stop it, and I'm like, oh, it'll probably come back.
Yeah.
No, I'd never, for our team specifically, I feel like we never got the balls back off the wall. Everybody else got them, and we'd always have to sit there and like, all right, they're throwing 4, they're throwing 5, like it was crazy. But
Hmm. We
it,
also never really, I mean, like I think a lot of teams often had more subs than we did. Like there was a lot of people who would shag for us a lot. But I think like regardless, it was like I don't know, like specifically I feel like Matt and Morgan were like always there helping us shag.
Uh,
And it was like appreciated. I just feel like having less people to shag makes it like that much harder.
Mhm.
Like they can only be so many places at once. And like maybe that's something like our team could have done better in general, like if we were out. I don't know. But
and I know,
but yeah.
like when I was sitting, I was pretty gassed because we usually only had like one, maybe 2 subs. So it's like you're trying to bag, but you're exhausted and you need to recover because you got to get in the next game and try to make a difference. So that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
wasn't a knock at anybody. Like, I don't mean it like that. I just like
yeah,
in hindsight, maybe that was something that we didn't put enough emphasis on. Like, I don't think, and like, I don't think we ever asked Matt or Morgan to shag. Like, I don't think we ever asked anybody to.
No, they
Like,
would
if they
always
were sitting,
disappear.
like, that was just like them being generous and, you know, but yeah, I think priorities on stuff like that could like add up over time.
I
Tagging is
definitely
one of the
feel like,
most underrated things in dodgeball. Like if you can
Yeah.
stop 1 or 2 balls and even like, okay, cool. Like we're down numbers. We got the third ball. Now we can run it away. We can run like a home counter or something like that. But if you have 2 balls,
Yeah.
like again, you can make
Not
that
throwing
throw,
it.
but you better stop that ball.
Yeah.
One of my favorite dodgeball clips of all time isn't even a throw or an out or a catch. It was Dylan Cruz in a penny just shagging, and he dove to stop the ball before it hit the halfway line. He was fully committed. It wasn't even his team. He was just shagging stuff out, and he full committed to saving that ball. It means a lot. It's ball control, and so when your teammates do it, it's great. But when like random people do it, it's so helpful.
That helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. And PJ Mike did a lot too. So shout out.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
had 7 players for flight this weekend, and we had a bunch of Boston players, and we had a lot of Boston girls. So we legit had like 5 shaggers at all times.
That's
And
so
at this
fire.
at this gym, a lot of the walls behind you are hard,
Yeah.
but it's like 10 to 12ish feet. But again, like you better hear that ball and like stick a body part out or like lay out. So we got a lot of those balls back. So shout out to all of the shaggers for flight this weekend.
Mhm.
Fire.
All right, those were all the serious questions. Let's do a silly one and then semi-pro one, and then let's get into the questions from the people because we got a lot. All right, let's just run through these superlatives for your team. I hit this one. I not sent it to you guys. All right, most likely to close out a 1v6.
Chucky.
Chucky.
Big Chuck.
He's so patient. Even if I have the survivability that he has and like the like I get so antsy. I would not be patient enough for that. One throw and I'm like, I need to try for a catch. Like there's no other options in my head. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
Chucky.
Chucky.
And he did that. He did that a couple different times throughout the season for us too. So definitely big Chuck. Shout out Chuck, man.
Shout out Chucky. All right, biggest hype man slash woman. Twin.
I wasn't gonna say me. I was gonna let y'all.
I was
I
Because I
trying,
feel
know
like
like throughout
a lot of people showed their support and hype. And I mean, to me, hype means energy, so I'm going to say Randy. But I would say there's a lot of people who were supportive and like, I don't know, excited in different ways.
like energy wise, Randy
Yeah,
like kept us level, like even keeled Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll agree
I
with
think
that.
it's like
Yeah,
hundred
Randy,
percent.
Kevin got us back to normal.
yeah.
I would say even you, Kyle, when you were there, because like sometimes I get too much. Or even this last tournament where I wasn't even like hyped, but I made like a bad choice against this fucker that's also right in front of us. Um,
He hit me in that
but
payback.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But like right then and there, like you let me have it and like I locked the fuck in more. Like just made a better decision. So you and Kevin,
Well,
very, very
as competitors, I think like you can take that criticism because you know it comes from like I'm not getting on you because of anything. I'm getting on you because I know what you can do and how valuable you are and stuff. So that's the only reason like I critique you is because A, I know that you're someone that can take it, and B, you're someone that's always going to want to know what they're doing wrong so you can correct it in future games. And you did, and you bounced back. So
appreciate having you there, man. That's why I drafted you.
All right,
Um,
most likely to sacrifice their body for a catch.
Kyle.
Kyle.
That's an easy
Kyle
one.
could Kyle could take that award probably for the entire gym.
Yeah.
But
you should have seen my knees after that last semi.
Oh
disgusting.
my
No offense,
God.
but like
Oh.
actually insane.
Pads because I felt like the pads were weighing me down. So my knees were black,
Uh-uh. Hey,
Damn.
what's wrong with that?
black and blue.
He means purple.
Nah, bro, nah.
No, it's
There was
insane.
there was one slide this last semi pro that my knees still like I still have a scab from it, bro. Like that shit hurt like a bitch. So I don't know how people do this shit without knee pads. So you,
Leggings.
I gotta
That's why.
bro,
That's I
bro,
only wear a legging on my left leg.
bro, my no, my leggings have rips, and that's where I have the fucking scab, bro. That shit, it's so annoying, man.
What is
Like
it?
my
I
knee
think
pads. Oh,
Sorry, I think Nikki wears them, but I feel like they're like leggings, but have like a thin knee pad. That like clearly
yeah.
he's still mobile, but they're not like I don't know.
There's different types of knee pads too. So there's like sliders and there's like bulky ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you used to wear the bulky ones, Kyle, right?
Yeah, because I like drop catch a lot and square myself.
Yeah.
But I just felt so immobile with the bulky ones. A
Mhm.
lot more weight than you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started playing without them. Shout out Dylan Cruz. He used to play with pads and then he stopped wearing them and explained how much lighter it made him feel. So I gave it a whirl myself, and he's not wrong. You think I need the compromise and go with like kind of what Nikki has, where you have a little bit of pad.
Yeah. I think it's him. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to experiment. So I've been asking a lot of people. I know Bo just started using different knee pads. I don't remember what company it was called, but like those are like Nikki's little like compression pants slash knee pads. I gotta look into that because the balls there are good, but like they come off my knee when I need them to stay, and then I get fucking the worst fucking burns on my fucking knees, man. I hate that shit. Even like I'll have knee pads and my leggings on, and it'll burn a hole through my fucking. I'm like, yo, are you serious? And like I'm a player that like at least I used to jump a lot. You guys are getting on Kyle and Kevin, getting on me for jumping all the time. So
Hated it.
Maybe you should buy like Lulu's or something like that.
Now you should buy like fucking so that you can't jump anymore, dog. You need
Oh my gosh, man.
100-pound pair of pants or something.
I'm getting moon shoes for next semi-pro.
All right, two more superlatives. Team Clown.
Chuck.
Chuck. Hmm? Hmm. Yeah, I go Chuck. I go Chuck.
Or Carly. I think Carly's got an underrated sense of humor. She's
Yeah,
Fucking
that's
love
why
Carly.
Yeah.
She's so funny.
that's why I paused, but I was just like, she hasn't been there a lot. Chuck's been there more, so I know.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
true.
Chuck.
Last year when the Knicks were in the playoffs and she met Ben Stiller, she like put it on her Instagram and then she
Yeah.
came into the gym. She gave me a t-shirt and I gave her like the biggest hug of her jumping up and down. I'm like, the Knicks won, you met Ben Stiller.
Shout out Carly, man.
All right, last one. I was trying to figure out a funny way to ask this while you guys would also know what I was talking about. So I'll try that. Best Towley impersonation.
I have no idea what you're asking, I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, Red. Come on, Randy.
Howley?
Come on,
Your
Randy.
your notes say something different. Is that the question that we're asking?
That's how I was gonna ask it. Come on,
Okay.
Randy. I send it to you all the time. This character on South Park.
Oh, that's why I don't watch South Park.
I don't watch South Park.
Oh, okay. There's always a towel that's really high.
I was gonna say, so my answer is Randy.
Well, so I mean, listen, dog. Like, I lock in after I smoke. Okay, like I play good. I'm in the zone. You want to know? Like, everybody asks me, like, how do you like fucking smoke or get high and then play? For me, it's just like all the distractions just leave my head. I could just look at the court, see who's across from me, and it's game. That's it. Like I'm locked in. I'm not gonna say I can't do that without smoking, but it's a little more fun, you know. Got like little achievements that pop up in my head, like Xbox.
You see like holograms and shit?
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. It's just, bro. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Just like how everybody else they'll drink and play. Like I smoke and play. You know?
I can
I
see
don't
that.
know how people do that either, or at least not play well.
A little bit's fine. A little bit's fine. But like
That's
when
what I've
people
heard, like,
play
there's,
shit
like-
faced,
I can't do that.
a
Yeah,
little
like,
bit's fine.
and I'm not getting like smacked either, bro. Like, I mean, y'all see me like maybe I'll leave once or twice during the tournament, and the tournaments are like hours long, so it's like, come on now,
Just middies, right?
just a little, just a little, just a little,
Just a little Reggie.
little one pull. I ain't no smoking no Reggie. Fuck out of here, man. Remember that.
All right, last question. This is a new question. Probably should have asked the other teams, but what are some changes in semi-pro that you liked slash didn't like this season?
I
Hmm.
liked D League a lot. I didn't think that I
100%.
would. So my thought was honestly originally I feel like I really just needed somebody to explain it to me, but I thought that like on, let's say like our team, Randy or whoever would like pick someone to like instead play in D League instead of the main
I
one.
did
And I
think
was
that
like,
that was
it's
going to be
just
it
gonna be
first.
like the last round picks playing D League every time for their team. But I really like A, that you can play both, and B, that like anyone can play. I enjoyed D League a lot. And I feel like it helped like shake the nerves out, like warm up to an extent too. Like um, yeah, I liked it.
D-League definitely got me warmed up. Shout out to anyone that played on Carried by Our Girlfriends.
One time.
We never won, but boy, did we have fun. We,
I'm
we
not gonna lie though, Kyle, I'm pretty sure that Matt and Morgan said that the one time that like you and I were both out, they made finals. Probably unrelated.
totally related, but shout
No,
out
yeah.
to fun.
Yeah, I
Also,
like that a
so the
lot.
D League, that was the idea at first. So every team was supposed to draft
Oh, okay.
two more players. So you would have a roster of 10. So originally you weren't going
Okay.
to invite everyone and you're going to have players in your D League and then other people can draft. So it was kind of like an NBA idea.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was changed. I like how it is now.
I was gonna say I like this one better because again, like my initial thought of what I thought D League was would have ended up with like the same few people, or maybe three or four people being rotated in and out of D League, and then having like the same few people. In which case, like I don't know if that was me like always being like sent to D League, like I'd be pretty annoyed.
No, this was
Um,
fun. I also got to play on three different teams with people that I
yeah,
wouldn't normally get to play with, so I thought that was cool.
I was gonna
yeah,
cool way to play
Mhm.
like out of state people
Yeah.
Mhm.
aren't on your franchise.
Hmm.
Literally. I very much liked D League with how it came out. I was under the same impression that Al was under, like when it was first like announced and like brought up to me. I was just like, kind of seems like a little rude or disrespectful because it's going to be the same people being there all the time and they're not going to, am I not good enough to be on the main semi-pro team type shit? Am I not good enough to play in the main tournament? But like, no, like that's not how it like turned out at all in D League. I mean, another one of my concerns was that it being right before semi-pro, like you're gonna get tired out, or my team, if anybody's playing in it, is gonna get tired out. But I played in it for the first time, well, like two tourneys ago, and like Al said, like it let me warm up. It didn't like I didn't get tired from it. I was able to just work on things that I wanted to implement in that semi-pro. Like I wanted to work on catching more. I wanted to work on not jumping and just dodging laterally. And you're able to do that, and you have more space to do it too. So it's just like
Yeah.
it just opens up you being able to play better, in my opinion, and get more reps in because that's
Mhm.
the only thing that's going to get you better. Just get the reps in, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and just like Kyle said as well, it lets you play with like other out of state people. Like I played with a team full of Connecticut people. I played with Jackson, played with Amanda and Nate, and do we have a fifth?
Was it probably maybe Garrett? I know Garrett
No,
was
Garrett wasn't on that team.
Jeans,
No. Did we have a fifth?
Ben, Stolfi.
Brenda? I want to say Brenda was on the team.
Bro's literally totally right now.
Yeah. That was like 3 tournaments ago, bro. No, I'm pretty sure it was Brenda. Um, but like again, I that was the first time I played with Nate, Amanda, or Jackson, and I had a blast. Like they're really cool people. Which is one of the reasons why I said I want to play with them in the future. But they're also great players as well. And it let me kind of get an insight into their play style, which helped me in turn in the main tournament in semi-pro. So it was like a little recon a little bit, but like again, really fun to play with like people outside of Long Island. So D League, I feel like it overachieved its kind of purpose and definitely should be brought back.
I agree. And at first it was 4 balls, and then they were like, Ryan, what do you think about adding a fifth ball? And I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
it
I
would
forgot about
open
that.
everything up because
Yeah.
it's not one person throw. Oh, is that one other person going to counter if they throw? And having that fifth ball added like a
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally
no,
different dynamic.
Yeah.
100%. I remember that being discussed and like with the captains because like yeah, we just kind of figured out like what do we do here because it's already like four people on the court.
You
Um,
guys were going back and forth, and then someone's like, "At Ryan, what do you think?" And I gave you guys the nerd like 2 paragraph, like, "Yes, you need to do it, and this is why."
the whole analytical from ESPN.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was very true though. So, and D League obviously improved from that point. I feel like it got like more competitive, but like there were more things that like each team could do at that point.
Yeah. All right. Does anyone have anything else to add before we get into questions from the people?
Uh, I didn't shout him out before, but shout out my boy John. I know he was touched on, but that's my boy player. Shout out to you. I see you doing good things, doing great things.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to questions from the people. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 questions. It's getting
Wow.
late. You guys, I have taken a lot of your time. I appreciate it. Let's try to run through these. Let's go. First question. Question from Brett. Who is the best catcher between you three?
I'd
Kyle.
say Kyle.
Thank you for even asking, Brett. I think that's Kyle.
Yeah, I think that was an easy one.
I would even put Al above me. No joke.
I would also
I
do
think I'm
that.
I think I'm the worst catcher here.
Thank you.
100%.
All right, another question from Brett. Is there anyone in semi-pro that you haven't played with yet that you hope to play with next season?
I'm gonna generally say the out-of-state people because I think Jess was the only person between the 2 years that I played with that's from an out-of-state. Um, but I guess like to drop a couple of names, I think John Gatlin would be awesome to play with, like Andrew Kim. They just both seem like so nice, obviously really talented. Um, Meredith and Amanda. Yeah. Yeah. I just think like out of state players would help bring like something different from what we normally see as like a Long Island based team.
For
And you can learn
sure.
a lot from people who play also with other people.
I don't know the exact number, but I know last year there was double-digit people that came up or came down from Connecticut. And then
Mhm.
going into this season too, I'm like, yo, who else is coming? Like, let's get more people.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
there's so many people that come from out of state too. But
Connecticut always has a big presence at like if it's
mhm.
even if it's just a tournament like before semi-pro, like when LI Kick would have tournaments or like just Long Island would have a tournament like Kevin. Connecticut always came down. I love seeing you guys.
we're getting more and more people that are traveling too, which is awesome because it used
Mhm.
to just be Sean and I for the longest time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it really would. It
Yeah.
really would. I remember that.
All right, and last question. Question from Brett again. Last question from Brett. Who was the most underrated player in semi-pro this year, and that did not get talked about enough?
I'm
Uh,
gonna say Alyssa from Invictus. I like purposely didn't really talk too much about her in like the team rundown because I wanted to like save it for this question. But I feel like she's so well-rounded and I think Invictus was one of those teams that like really utilized everybody on their team that like allowed her to like I don't want to say show off because I feel like she's so quiet and modest, but like really like showcase what she can do. But yeah, great corner, really phenomenal catcher. I've seen her catch like Derek and Dylan Cruz and like I don't know, just like really like
caught my ass to end around. That
yeah,
shit hurt me.
yeah. No, just like really solid. And I feel like not a lot of people maybe gave her enough credit. But
I think one on our team is big man Chuck. I think Chuck
Mhm.
really, really well.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
I agree with that.
not go in the third round this time. He'd probably be in the first or second round for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Shout out.
Um, I was going between either Chuck or Big Geo. Um,
I love Big Drew.
Wasn't he? I thought he was just a.
Well, yeah, he subbed a lot for Phoenix. I don't know if he ever got drafted. I honestly didn't
I
know
think
if that I don't know if that was like included, but
I
he
do know,
didn't get
but I
he
don't think.
didn't get picked up fully. I thought he
No.
did.
I don't
Oh,
think so. He did play a lot with Phoenix.
okay. Well,
So I could see where we got that from.
okay. Well then I'm gonna have to go with Chuck. Because one, I knew his skill set coming in. I knew he just had to kind of just lock in and just get back into the flow of just playing so often, so frequently, and at that high level. So I knew he was a steal, but like seeing him progress as he did throughout the season and as quickly as he did, I couldn't have asked for a better third round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a barbecue chicken, as Kyle would say.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Barbecue chicken alert.
And I did speak about it earlier, but I think Meg's another one that deserves more recognition. Shout out Meg. Meg is playing really, really well lately and keeps improving.
It's a good one.
Back.
Good question, Brett. All right, next question. Question from Amanda. Who was your favorite team to play, be it for vibes and or competition?
I think I'm gonna go with Shake and Bake to be honest, because I feel like I said, I feel like they were our toughest. No, no. You know what? Serious. They were definitely, to me, our toughest. Just like the amount of arms they had, Matt being the captain, so you know they were always running a good play and they were gonna be where they needed to be. Um, there's not much you can really do against them until you get their corners out or you get Matt out, but he's still play calling from the back line. You're gonna do this and other. So like you couldn't do anything against them. They're a very good team. I like playing against them a lot. The competition was always there. I feel like they had the winning record out of like our series altogether, like throughout semi-pro. I'm pretty sure they're a good team.
Totally. I'm gonna say Sauce, I think in part for the vibes and also I think in part for the novelty because like we often didn't play them in round robin. So I think it was like fun and like they have a lot of people that like I have played with a lot in the past where it's like it's fun to go against them for a change. And of course like I
Mhm.
really like them as people. But yeah, great vibes. And I also feel like very for the most part like very even competition. Like I feel like you would go like we would go into those matches and like yeah, it was never like a shoe-in for either team. So I think that was like a good level of competition vibes and again like the novelty of it.
Yeah, even our last game against them went into a tiebreaker. I'm pretty sure it's tied 2-2, so it went right down to the wire.
Yeah.
Oh, when they was it Saucy Spades for the last one?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was the joint team, you're right. But
Yeah.
similar.
But still, yeah, they yeah.
Saucy
And even
Spades.
like
I
the
was like,
half
wait,
of
what are you
Ace of
talking
Spades
about?
that was there. Well, I think that's what they called themselves. I didn't make that up, right? Yeah, but even so, with like the half of Ace of Spades that was there, like also like fun and talented and like great vibes.
Yeah.
Also,
Mhm.
shout out Invictus. I like playing against Invictus as
Yeah.
competition wise. I think when you get two great minds like Noah and Gio leading a team, it's always gonna be a fun battle going up against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just have John who's able to do his thing because Noah's gonna play call. You got Gio out the middle.
Mhm.
John is a fucking dog.
Mhm.
All right, next question. Last question from Amanda. Wait, nope. Second question. I'm selling. All right. Amanda asked, do you have a favorite moment of the season? It was nice. It was so nice getting to know all of you guys, and I'm looking forward to future semi-pros. Allison, congrats on your marathon. I'm really looking forward to playing together.
Thank you, Amanda. Me too. Um,
I'll I'll go last.
favorite moment. Hmm. I'm not even gonna lie, my memory I don't think is good enough to feel like I can pick like one moment. Um, but I will say I think I was gonna say a whole tournament. Thank you very much. Jeez. But I think I liked, even though we didn't make playoffs, I think it was the August tournament because like I feel like to me personally, I think I play better when expectations are low because I'm less nervous. So then like ironically I play better, but I think I kind of like to be like, everyone's just kind of like we were like scrappy that tournament, like we just had to kind of like get our shit together, like see what we can do with like 5 people,
Mhm.
and like I feel like I played a bigger role in that tournament as like I think I played corner that tournament.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I feel like I contributed more, which was nice too. But again, so stinks that we didn't make playoffs, but yeah.
That was a fun tournament.
Yeah. And I like playing with Mo, so having our celebrity there was a fun change.
My favorite moment would have to be Brenda kicking down the door.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
What? Wait, what?
I can send you the video. It's actually saved. Brenda, I love you, but it is saved under my dodgeball highlights. She thought they like called a captain's meeting and she was like gonna like jump off the wall or something. I don't know her exact logic, but I think she thought the door was closed. So she basically, like the back
Yeah,
door.
yeah, yeah, to the
So she
parking
basically
lot.
like fell out into the parking lot. And like
Oh my God,
the whole gym was like
bro.
um
That was hilarious. I'm sorry,
oh,
Brenda, but that
good
was fucking
fucking pick.
funny.
I'm gonna Brenda, I hope it's okay. I'm gonna share this video with you, Ryan.
That's a good
Uh,
pick.
Oh man.
Third
oh man.
Damn.
classic.
Nothing beats that.
I'm trying to think. Was that the August tournament too?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know. That was fucking funny. And then seeing it in video on replay, that was
Mhm.
hilarious. Because I don't remember
Yeah.
who even had it on video, but
Probably
I
from
think
my
it was
live
Matt.
stream.
it
Riley,
I don't know
might
if it
have
was
been.
you guys or Matt and Morgan, but it was like not during a game, so like she
Yeah,
didn't like expect to.
That's hilarious.
it must have been from your live stream then, Ryan. Yeah, because it wasn't during the game at all.
I think Matt and Morgan had their recording up though. I think it came from that. It's probably
Mhm.
well, but I'm pretty sure Matt sent it to me originally.
So maybe it's
All
I
right,
will
Rand, do you
say
have a favorite moment?
my favorite moment also comes from the same tournament as Al, the August tournament. Um, y'all know I like to talk here and there when we play. Um, it always seems to happen with Ace of Spades because of Bo. Um,
iPhone versus Android.
huh?
I said iPhone versus Android.
Yeah, pretty much. That's where it started. That's where it started. But that tournament, like Al said, we're down 5 people, and we lit them the fuck up. And
Oh, that was fun.
there was one point during like that series where like me, Mo, and Chucky are at the front line, and we like took 5 of them out in the span of like 20 seconds. Just like hit, wall ball, come back, hit, wall ball, come like and it was just like rap that shit was fire. Like
Hmm.
fire.
Yeah, I wish Mo was able to like actually play semi-pro like the whole time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Next year?
Shout out my boy Mo.
Hopefully, I think he wanted to. I think he just like wasn't around for enough of like the weekends. I don't think it was like that he didn't want to.
Mo
Hmm,
was actually going to be a part of my core, but he wasn't going to be able to come to a bunch of different tournaments.
that makes
So
sense. I know there's
next
a few
year.
others like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, next year. All right, next question. Question from Brenda for Randy. Randall, what are some of your travel plans you have for next season?
Ooh, I have a bunch. Um, so I actually have all of my teams set for next year. Um,
Wow.
You gonna leak it live on Bromance?
nah, some of them are secret, some of them are secret, but I'm playing with you for cloth. Woo woo.
Huh?
I'm playing on flight.
Oh, you are? Bro, I don't even know this. What the fuck? I
Look
do
at
not
that.
play claw, so you're on flight, but okay, you're
It's
not on
leaks.
flight.
It's leaks. Nah.
What?
No, the other teams that I'm playing on are like actually like freshly new made teams, so I'm keeping those quiet. One of them,
Freshly baked.
you'll see a soft launch at the Turkey Takedown.
I might have heard. I might have heard.
Yeah,
Maybe not so secret.
yeah, maybe not so secret. All right. But yeah, no. So next year, honestly, like I said, I'm getting back into traveling for dodgeball. Um, I want to go to a lot of rounds, and most of my teammates do want to go to the rounds too. So you might see me a lot as long as I get my shit together. Um, you might see me at a lot of different fucking rounds, and I'm gonna fucking light shit up because I've been itching to travel and like be at that like top level of competition and like getting a taste of it here at the Boston tournament and the Beast Coast tournament. Yeah, that was cool and everything, but I was like, I want more. And then getting to have that at nationals, it like just opened my eyes. I was like, yeah, I belong here. I need to be here like every fucking time. Like that's the level of competition I want. And that's what's going to drive me to be an even better player and make the better decisions. Um, so one of the big plans, I want to go to Toronto, the kickoff, which is in January. That's pretty soon. I want to go there and just a lot of the Premier Tour rounds. I want, but you have to qualify. A lot of the tournaments I want to go to, you gotta be invited to, like
Like the thing.
Seattle. Yes,
Yeah, that's a tough
literally.
one, man. I haven't gone on that one yet either. That's a
I
tough one.
want, I want to go there. I want to go to API. Like all the lit ass tournaments, man. You got to be invited. So that's why, like next year, I want to do a lot of traveling, man. So I get my name out there, get my teams, like my team. We're gonna fucking play because we get invited to all those shits. I promise you.
Love to hear it. We're gonna be seeing Randy more next season. All right, next question. Another question from Brenda for Allison and Kyle. You guys are known for being great catchers. What are some of your best tips for catching? Love you guys.
Oh, my ears are
I
open
love
on
you,
this one. Let me sit
Brenda.
down.
Um, I feel like Kyle will have an actual answer here. I like I I have like probably zero thoughts that in my head when I play dodgeball, which is like maybe not good, but like I feel like the one thing I could say is like to not overthink it. Like I feel like for me, some of my best catches is where like there's a fine line of like paying attention but not being like hyper focused on like the person in front of me or like whoever's throwing. 'Cause like I think like I'll be like, oh well it's I don't know, Derek has like a great throw and I might see him wind up and think that like, oh, I can't catch that, so let me like try to move out of the way. Whereas like I like probably won't get out of the way in time, but like being aware of like the ball as they're coming and maybe not like the person throwing it. I feel like that sounds stupid, but like I don't know, just like maybe like not counting yourself out from a catch. Like if you see it, just I don't know, but like and also like again, like I think for me it's like being a kind like only kind of aware of what's going on. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's something that like I do want to get better at also is like a general awareness of like I guess like being more intentional, I would say, about like catching or not catching. But yeah. Sorry, I don't have a better answer. But I'll
No,
work on that with you, Brenda.
For me, two pieces of advice I'll drop. Um, One is whenever people are coming to the line, I try to take a look at who has a ball and who is the fastest delivery out of the people with the ball. Because if they all throw at you, that's the one that's going to be coming first. So your eyes should be um, locked in on that ball. Like if multiple balls come at you, your eyes should focus on that person's first. Because that's the one that's going to hit you first. So that's the one you have to react to first. Because there's no point in catching a second ball if the first one already hits you and then um, dies, because then you're already out, even if you catch the second ball. Second piece of advice, I feel like a lot of people mistake what you mean when you say square up, like square your shoulders. So a lot of people square up and then their chest is flat. When your chest is flat like that, what does the ball do when it hits it? It bounces right back out. So when I go for a lot of those catches and I square up, I square my shoulders towards the direction that the ball is coming from. And then I like Carly does it best. So if you ever watch Carly, like her stomach like caves in. So a lot of those balls that she catches, it's because she like creates this freaking divot hole that the ball just kind of gets absorbed into. So don't have a flat chest is the next best advice I can give. Like let your chest like give a little bit as the ball's coming. A good comparison is like the egg toss. When you do the egg toss with someone, what do you do as the egg's coming back down? You give into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I would say Alexa almost does the opposite, where like she leans back, but then the ball pops like straight up. I mean, a lot of people do that. She's just the first person that came to mind, but yeah.
yeah, so as
But
that ball
that's good advice.
give with it a little bit. Don't be so firm all the time. People think you have to be firm when you're going for catches, but you kind of have to work like water and be a little fluid.
Mhm. Yeah. I
That's
feel
some
like
good advice.
yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
most
like
of
I'm
them.
not consistent in like how I catch, which like makes it like not, I don't know. I wouldn't do what I do necessarily.
That's why catching a ball on an away is like the easiest catch in the world. Or like back in the day at Sky Zone, if someone throws at you, you would just go low, jump back, you would hit the trampoline. And if the ball was going to hit you before the trampoline, it was going to be a catch. But if you hit the trampoline and then the ball hit you, you probably weren't going to catch it. But you could literally like stick your shirt up and catch it. Like it was the easiest catch in the world.
Bro, I feel like I'm like relearning to catch, honestly. I feel like I used to catch more back in the day, but like I used to do things differently. I would square up, but then like I would lean back a lot more. But I don't know. I'm playing like differently, so I'm listening to both of y'all. I need to catch better.
You and I think, have the same issue where like sometimes I'll go in like with the mindset, I'll do it like open gyms and stuff. Like, yo, I'm catching everything today. I'm not going to try and dodge. And then a lot of times, because I come from like the Sky Zone background, like it's 3 minutes, so I should never even go for the catch. And I have trampolines everywhere around me. I'm just gonna bounce around like an idiot. Like you're gonna have to hit me. You know, if you have 3 minutes to hit me, you're probably not gonna hit me. And that's how I would play. So now it's the same thing where it's like I'm moving around, I'm staying low, I'm sliding my feet, whatever. If it's on me, I'll try to go for the catch. But in my head, for whatever reason, it's been 13 years, and I'm still like try to get out of the way. But like those are like the ones that if you're sliding out of the way and it's put on you, bro, just catch it.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'm almost the opposite. It was like I feel like I had to learn how to catch because I like cannot get out of the way. But yeah.
See, I feel
Yeah.
like that like was where I run into issues with it a little bit too, because like I know I can get out of the way, and I know I'm like mobile enough to move before the throw gets there. But then I'm just like, I should be able to catch it too, because I can see where it's coming from. And I just like in those moments, my body's already moving, but I'm sitting there trying to get the catch, and I just fumble it altogether. And I should have just moved out the way because I it wouldn't have hit me, or
Yeah.
I
That
could have just stayed there because I could have squared up for it. My mind is like both ways at once.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 50-50. That's why sometimes in open gyms, I'm like, nah, I'm not dodging. I'm going for every catch. If it's around me, I'm catching it. Or
Yeah,
like, hey, I'm dodging literally everything. I don't even care. Like I'll have my hands out if it's on me, but like I'm gonna slide, go low like 5 feet to the right if I can. If it's on me, I'll go for it. But
Mm.
like, yeah.
yeah,
But
I
I
feel
mean,
like for me, that's why it's like almost like a focus thing. Like if I think about it too much, I like whatever decision I make, I feel like will be the wrong one. I can't have like too much time to decide
I'm the same
almost.
way.
my,
If I see
my
that thing
friend,
coming like 60 feet, I'm not catching it. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm
I
gonna be
have way
like
too
all of
much
a
time to
sudden
think
I don't
about
know
it.
where to put my hands. Like, but
those are
but
the
yeah.
most annoying ones too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Next question. This will be for Kyle and Allison. Randy, you just answered this. You guys have all traveled previously. Do you guys plan on doing more of this, more traveling? I think you should have said more traveling this 2026 season.
Do you want to go first, Kyle?
Okay. So I'm still fighting a shoulder injury. I was injured through all of semi-pro. Um, so my arm is not where I want it to be. These tournaments are like really hard on it just because it's so much throwing over the course of the day. I'd hoped to be healthy by now, but you know, you have to go to a doctor to get healthy, and I haven't really done that. So, um, but you plan on getting back into traveling. I just have to get checked out first and fix what's wrong with my shoulder. So no set plans yet because I don't want to commit to a team unless I know that I'm actually going to be able to play and give good effort.
Um, I think I want to travel a little bit. I've talked to like a few of like the Long Island women, and I feel like I've only gone to like two or three tournaments so far, but I feel like for the most part, it's like every time like the women of like from Long Island are like trying to even like get a six, hopefully seven, so we can like I don't know breathe for a minute and like I think hopefully going into next year we have like a more solidified even if we have like a solid four or five and like the roster is like a little bit different from one tournament to the next I think I think that would make things a lot easier and make us like a lot and like of a bigger threat and be like more excited to go like feeling like we have a shot we could do like a practice but I also think like me personally I liked having a day, or I think I had a few extra days in New Orleans, but like being able to see the city, like and play dodgeball. So like I think that like it kept me like have a healthier mindset about competition in general, but also like it just made it like more of a fun trip. So, I'm not gonna lie, like most of the cities that like most of the tournaments that I'm gonna want to go to will either be like local and or like just like a cool city that like I wanted to go to anyway. So I'm gonna try to be like picky about it.
There are some cool cities for next year.
New
Has
Orleans
the
is
schedule
cool.
come out yet?
No,
Ah,
I'll tell you
okay.
guys off air. There's some
Yeah,
cool
Okay.
cities.
there are
Okay.
some cool cities.
Yeah, but I feel like Connecticut, Boston, like those are like easy enough to get to and like I work weekends a lot, so it's not always feasible to like plan however many weekends, especially not in advance. So feeling like I can potentially go to like a Connecticut tournament like last minute is like a lot. It's just easier.
Hmm.
So, but yeah.
Makes sense. All
Hmm.
right. Got three more questions. Question from Giancarlo again. This one's for Kyle. Kyle, you've always been such a great teammate and filling it whatever role is necessary. This year, semi-pro, you have played a lot more corner than you have been used to. What's your mindset been as you make that adjustment?
Oh, that was nice of him to say. He's someone I always like playing with. It's more like so when I play out of the middle, my main goal is to um, look for pop-ups and go for catches and bring people back. In the corner role, it's more like prioritizing the I call it like the big three in my head, like the big three targets on their team, and trying to take out at least two of them before I get taken out. Whether that be from counters or catches doesn't matter to me. Um, so because I don't have the strongest arm in the world, a lot of my play style results on accuracy and catching people in motion. So I fall back a lot on my catching principles by being able to do like those little dump baits where I throw a ball out at someone in the middle and then square for my corner that's throwing straight at me. And I've found pretty good success doing that. Yeah, I mean, it was an adjustment, but it was a lot of fun. And I think I learned a ton doing it. I think it made me a better player. So I don't know what other people thought of me in the corner, but I had a blast. It was a good time.
So when you played our team, you were always in the opposite corner. We were always on different corners. But yeah, every time I'd be like, hey, if you're gonna throw Kyle, do not throw at his ball because you're putting it in the exact spot he wants it. He's just gonna drop his ball and go for it. There's like one time I was out and I was like, right side, kill your corner, and then the left side went and they threw at you. And it was like the easiest catch in the world. And I'm like, I just called like I spoke that into existence 4 seconds ago. But
Uh,
it's a different type of corner. But those corners are scary because you never know if they're going to drop their ball, so you can't put it on them. But then you
Yeah,
don't
I was
want to
just
throw at them, But then you don't want to burn a ball. So what are you doing?
I was
mhm.
just gonna say, like, I feel like you, similar to what I said about like Chrissy and Claire earlier, is like obviously like you don't need a ball in your hand to play, and so like you're not like a sitting duck or whatever people say, like if you take that counter or pre-counter. So that makes it dangerous. I've never played against you with you as a corner, but that would be like for someone who plays with you, that's like my interpretation. But and I think it's also interesting. I feel like I get as a teammate, like I get a better sense of your IQ, I think, watching you in corner. Like, and I also for me, like I feel like I learn about someone's IQ more as like a corner on my team than like the opposing team.
We'll say the hardest adjustment was there's not a lot of. I watch a lot of film. I love film. I'm a big film fan. There's not a lot of film on players that play that style of corner. So it was kind of like figuring it out on the fly and kind of making adjustments often. Like I had to change my game plan like many times a match until I figured it out.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's not a lot of corner players like you. And those players too, again, like you don't really want to feed into, hey, this person's gonna dump a ball and they're just going for the catch. Like they don't give a shit about this ball. Like honestly, that's what 8.5 back in the day was. Like you're
Oh,
dumping a ball like at the front line and you're turning to whatever your weak side is and you're going
uh,
for the catch.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
That's what 8.5 was.
Bro, I
Or like you
missed
get four balls and someone is
8.5.
getting absolutely murdered. They're breaking a finger, they're getting concussed. Like
My God.
I miss 8.5,
don't
man.
say that, Randy. No.
Gio always said I'd be good at 8.5, and he wants me to get into cloth. So I we'll see.
I want you to get into cloth too.
I think that's for travel plans. That is a goal of mine. I'm going to try to go to tournaments that have cloth and actively seek it out because I think
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Another question from Giancarlo for Allison. How does training for a marathon compare to dodgeball training?
Um, okay, full disclosure, I really don't do any dodgeball specific training. So I feel like that's a pretty big difference. Um, but like my mentality. So for anyone who doesn't know, I've been running since I was a sophomore in high school. So I've had coaches, I've had plenty of teammates, friends, like pretty much all of my friends from college are still very avid runners today. And like that's how we met. So like I feel like just even like knowing what to do, I think helps like obviously with the training, but also like fixing things and like getting over like, oh, if this was a bad run, if I have a bad run or if I feel shitty in some regard, like with it, like I probably know why. If it wasn't like my own fault to begin with, like I know what happened and I know how to like mentally move past it. And I think like part of that, like for better or worse, is that like it's an individual sport. So it's like I guess like for better or for worse, like pretty much everything is like on me to like do well or like fuck up. And I think like honestly that's been like a pretty big adjustment to like a team sport in general, but I feel like to me like dodgeball is unique is that like and I think this is like a good thing, but there's so many ways to be good at dodgeball and have like a totally different skill set. As like the person next to you even. So I think like that's cool. But like for me, like I'm like I think still trying to a little bit figure out um how to improve my own skill set. And then also like I think something that's like mentally tough for me is like if I feel like I have a bad day, I I think very like I don't want to say like self-centered, but like I think it's like all on me to have had like a good or bad day and that like fully ignores like the other team or like where my teammates like may or may not have been or like how the other team like could have just like adapted better. So I think there are a lot of differences, but I will say like something that like I do want to do to improve both in like running and in dodgeball is like incorporate like an agility training or like speed work where like it'll help me be a faster runner and then also like get out of the way of the ball and like improve my reaction time and stuff like that. So there are a lot of differences, but I think trying to find the overlap will do well for me. And like bring like a unique skill set. Like obviously the endurance helps, especially in um long tournament days. Like I feel almost like more confident sometimes going into like a tournament that like whatever level I'm at will not drift as much as like maybe somebody else by like the end of the day. And so I think like being able to feed in maybe like into like a higher energy player or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I think there's a lot of differences. A lot of them come from just like my experience or lack of experience with each. But I think like for me to improve, especially in dodgeball, will like come from tapping into like a skill set that I like already have and already have experience with. But
As someone who also has a running background, I think two things I really bring into dodgeball from running is number one, mental,
hmm
because you have to be mentally tough. It doesn't matter if you're running a marathon. I used to run
yeah.
5Ks for high school and then run 5 mile road races afterwards. And
hmm
it's so easy to be down on yourself, especially like early on in a race or whatever. And you're like, all right, like race is over. Fuck it. It's like I'm 2 miles in, but like you need to be
Yeah.
mentally strong for every mile. You could like, I don't know, see a hill and be like, oh, I'm gonna dog it up the hill. But like the
Yeah.
mindset you should have is like, I'm gonna burn this fucking hill, and then when I come down the hill, I'm gonna coast. But like I burn the hill.
But yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the second is the endurance. So like the endurance thing too, for me is like for example, like when I played you guys and like there like it was me on the court against you guys. I didn't really have
90%.
any times. I didn't really have any times to like catch a breath, but when I did have the time, I made sure that I took it. And
hmm
like I had like four or five, I think I had 5 balls at one point, and I knew it was my turn. Everyone's like, "Yeah, you got to go." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I have 10 seconds. I don't need to throw."
Right
Running up to
now.
the front line, they're not even counting burden yet. So like, I'll take my time, get that breath in, like step into one big throw, move back, and then when I can, like in through the nose, out through the mouth, and like that's where you get your breathing. That's where you get your
Mhm.
mental, your endurance, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also like I noticed this a lot um like even like in New Orleans. Like I think I played 4 divisions, but like normally it's like at most 3, right? But like even by like the end of mix, I was like I feel like I can still run aways and like still like use that to my advantage. But again, like I think like as far as mentality, like I think I don't have enough dodgeball experience yet to like fully like for that crossover to like fully help. Because again, I think too much of like I've been doing an individual sport for like I haven't played a team sport before dodgeball probably like 10 years. So I think like that mentality of being like, well, this is my contribution, like it's okay that it's small right now. I think that's been kind of like tough. I think I'm used to like everything just like sort of being up to me. And that's not always a good thing, but yeah, I think mentally it's been like the toughest bridge for me to um build, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the
Yeah.
mentality and having the endurance. And one thing
Yeah.
too that I saw, this was like 15 years ago, but it's always stuck with me,
Mhm.
is cross country is obviously running. And like you play basketball, you do something wrong. What does your coach tell you to go do? Run. Baseball, run.
Yeah.
Football, run. And I saw a
Mhm.
shirt that said, "My sport is your sport's discipline."
Yep,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yep.
Mhm.
Bro, I used
Yeah.
to love seeing that shit because I also come from a running background, running track, but not like you guys. I ran short sprints because fuck all that
Yeah.
distance running. Hell nah. But you know what? Senior year, I did run distance just because my high school was more of a distance school. Um, I ended up running the 800 that year. That was the most I did. But like I did go on like the long runs with them, the hill runs, the hill repeat runs, running
Yeah.
miles to go get to that hill. And then we actually passed fucking Northport a bunch of different times, Kyle, on those runs. And then I feel like we passed Northport going to like Centerport, and then there was this big ass hill in Centerport, and then we run all the way back to the high school. That shit sucked, but
Mhm.
definitely built endurance.
Say, and
And
you're mentally tougher for it. I
yeah, I
like
was
this
about
is
to
gonna
say,
sound
and the
kind of
mental
insane.
toughness.
I have like a list of like really difficult runs, like like going back from like high school, and like sometimes I'll like tap into that now that I'm like, if I did that, I could do this, you know. But
No,
like I
that's
literally have like a list in my head, but it helps. Like
that's
you
100%
survive
true.
it, like
I'm thinking
yeah.
back to like those distance runs, like there'd be like before we even got to the hill where we'd had to do the workout, like I'd be tapped out in my head, like, bro, how are y'all still? And they're moving at a quicker pace. And I'm the sprinter behind them. And I'm just like, I'm trying to keep pace, like, but then they have the endurance to keep going and going. And then we got to get to the hill and do the hill workout. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a sprint. I can beat them in this. But then I'm like, I'm beating them, and I'm like, wait, we have to run back.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
where the real grit
Yeah.
came in because like your legs are shot. They're heavy as fuck. They feel like jello. And you gotta make it all the way back to the high school, bro. Cause ain't nobody coming on a car to pick your ass up from this run, bro. Like, no. That shit was
Yeah.
OD.
Coaches are
OD.
slick, bro. They'll find like a hill like a mile away from the school. Be like, all right, 10 push-ups. You run up the hill, come back down. 10 more.
Right?
You do it 10 times. All right, now you got to run back to school. Like,
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
I also talked to Brenda a lot about stuff like this. Just like even like balancing sports and like maybe this isn't the place to say it, but like running comes first to me. So like I don't know. Like that's I guess like something that helps too to like keep my priorities straight.
mhm.
Um, but yeah.
All right, last question. Save this for you, twin. I said I was going to bring it up. All right, question from Giancarlo for Randy. Randy, go into the difference of the FYF days and taken to now.
Bro, Team FYF, what a throwback. Um, well, for one, we all as a team, we don't play together anymore, and we've all like toned down that play style because Team FYF, I'm sure you can imagine what it stands for. Team Fuck Your Face. We didn't care about headshots or anything like that back then. And like, boy, were we fucking accurate, bro. It was Mo, me, Derek, Giancarlo. We had a friend named Kevin back in the day that used to play with us. And then we also had Alexa, and Emily. And it's like, bro, like, we used to go into tournaments and be like, yo, we're getting a headshot count. Who's coming out with the most? It was bad. It was bad. But like,
FYF is crazy.
bro,
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what that stood for. There was no thoughts in my head about what
I don't
that
know what it was saying for either. I asked Giancarlo, and he's like, he'll know.
mm,
meant.
yeah, Team FIF, man. Um, but like, not for nothing, and I've talked to like a bunch of different people about this. Like, since coming back into dodgeball, um, like taking a little break, I feel like that break that I took, like, kind of dulled off the intensity of like my play. And not for nothing, like being more cautious about like optics in the dodgeball community. Like, I'm not, I don't aim for people's heads, but like I feel like if I just went back to how I used to play, I'd be even more accurate than I am now. Because of the fact that I'm not trying to hit somebody's face or anywhere up here, and I'm trying to go a little bit more soft and like be considerate, even though it's fucking dodgeball, and you step onto the court to either catch, dodge, or throw, you still have to be more considerate. I feel like that's taken a lot of the edge out of my game because like now I'm so focused on like I don't want to hit somebody here because then I'm gonna be perceived as, oh, he doesn't care about people. He's so mean. All he does is fucking blow people up. And you can actually see that there are some people thought about that way in the dodgeball community. And not like, oh, I care about everybody's opinions, but like I do genuinely enjoy traveling, getting to meet new people, making new friends. So going about changing my play style into like a less aggressive, but still utilizing my full skill set, that's something I'm still learning right now. Like I said, it took down the accuracy, but other than that, What's different from FYF? Well, obviously, like I said, we don't play together anymore. If that team played together now, that's a tough team to beat. I like that's a really tough mixed team to beat. Me, Mo, Derek, Alexa, Giancarlo. Um,
And you said Emily also, right?
yeah, Emily, but she doesn't really play too much at all.
I don't
Um,
think I know who Emily is.
you know Biggie's
You
girlfriend?
probably recognize her.
Oh. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know that she used to play.
She can catch like really well though still.
yeah, she used to catch a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun team to play with, but we all went our separate ways because shit happens. Um, but if I could play with that team again, I might just say yes. I might just say
Got to
yes.
bring it back for a random LI tournament or something. March or not March Madness. I always say that. Midnight Madness.
Yo, that'd be a crazy team. I don't know many people fucking with that team. Not lying to you at all. Um, what else is different? Honestly, I feel like though, like I said, with like FYF and like how we used to like play or whatever, headshots, whatever, the whole community of dodgeballs honestly toned down a little bit from being like so like toxic and aggressive. Yeah, there's still toxicity here and there in the dodgeball community, but I feel like it's grown and the people in it have grown it to be more welcoming, more accepting, more of a friendly environment that now like I see new people all the fucking time and that wouldn't happen back in the day because you had the certain people where it's like they had a stigma around them. Nobody wants to play with them or play against them either. So it's just like to see the community grow from what it used to be back then to there was never a Long Island fucking tournament ever. Never. We'd have to travel to anything, and we didn't even know too many people back then either. Know that there was professional dodgeball back then until we went to Dodge Hunger in New Jersey. Um, but back then, again, like it was still so small to now, like we have our own league that used to be 2 days a week, on top of the practices that we would have. And we have semi-pro with LI Kick. Like it's just huge, and I love to see it. And Gio's put tremendous work into that. So like props to Gio. Like he's stuck with it for so fucking long. And to his own like testament, like this is why Long Island Dodgeball is kind of the way it is now. Um, we were part of like LI Kick's like first inaugural season. Like our FIF friend group, we split apart to make it even to have fun. Um, but like we stuck with it the entirety of it. And Geo being in Sal's ear, like, okay, well, Dodgeball is bringing you the X, Y, and Z. Why can't you support Dodgeball now? Dodgeball has been doing X, Y, Z. It's bringing this. Why can't you bring this to Dodgeball now? You're doing it for all your other sports. Dodgeball is showing up for you consistently, and I'm making sure of it. And Geo got LI Kick to be where it is now in terms of dodgeball and just Long Island's dodgeball scene. So very, very big changes since FYF, but I'm all here for it. I wouldn't change a thing. Maybe I'll get a little more accurate, but wouldn't change a thing.
All right, and that is the last question. Do we have any closing thoughts or shout outs? Let's start with Kyle.
Shout out Brett and most of the friends. Really good friend of mine, and I think he did a good job despite the chaos. Also, shout out Sal. I think he's the owner of LA Kick, for those that don't know. He was very accommodating with teams and payment schedules and stuff, and it's appreciated. So shout out Sal. That's all I got.
Big Al?
Yeah, shout out to anyone who's doing the behind the scenes work. I'm sure it's so much harder than any of us know. Um, Shout out to Squabble Up and Shout out to Bunch of Squids, the team that I'm playing with for Thursdays, which is Matt and Morgan's team.
Ooh.
Should be a fun season.
Glenn?
Shout out to Sal. Held it down from the back lines. Shout out to Brett, running it most of the tournaments. And then picking them up too, like and playing in them at the same time. So shout out to him.
Carried us, carried by our girlfriends.
My new girlfriends. Matt didn't want to pick me up. That was crazy. Nah. Also, wow, I just lost my train of thought.
Shout out the Saints because I won today.
Shout out the Saints. Even they're not gonna like fucking pick up from this win. We're gonna go maybe get a win in another 2 weeks. But
And then draft a QB, number 1 pick.
yo, we should have drafted Shadur, but don't get me started. Shout out Squabble Up. We really listen, man. In my head, we're like the team to beat still. I don't care. I don't care. I would draft that same team again and again. I really enjoyed playing with you guys. Shout out Semi Pro Season 3. Waiting for it.
Next year. All right, where can people find you on social media? Al.
It's just my full name at Allison Battaglia on Instagram.
Kyle.
Lefty Robs on Instagram.
Twin.
TB __ Denzel. But it might not be there for long. It might deactivate. Get a little tired.
Okay, where can people find you on Clash of Clans?
Yo, that boy Randy with 2 I's, BOII. I still play that bitch. Yes, sir.
I was just trolling, but all right. All right. My shout outs. Shout out Flight. Didn't win this weekend, but we had a good time. Shout out to all the Boston people that played with us and the Boston ladies that were shagging for us. Shout out Big J Man himself, Jalen Brunson. Go Knicks. Knicks tape. Fuck the Nets. Shout out Twisted Tea. Yo, I went to Chili's yesterday in the Dallas Mall, and they did not have Twisted Tea. I said, "Sir, please give me your finest Twisted Tea." Nope. We have High Noon.
I don't think I've ever had a Twisted Tea before. Or
You're
maybe
missing
like
out.
maybe like one in, I don't know, once in college, but I have some in my fridge. Maybe I'll give it a shot one of these days.
Peach.
How'd you like the High Noon? How'd you like the High Noon?
I didn't get the High Noon. I was like, all right, I'll take a Miller. Went to beer, bro. Went to beer. I said, give me 2 tall Millers.
He went straight to the beers. That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah, but all right, guys, that is it. I appreciate you guys for hopping on.
Thank you.
Shout out
Thanks,
Atlas,
guys.
man. Greatest seltzer. Peace.
Peace.
Blast. Peace.